of the moves.
Oh yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Well, I think. Hold on.
Well, it's just going to be difficult to parse out through his reactions and villain actions, but
Coda did Flurry of Blows after Jiri.
I'm attacking the one directly
Flurry of
between myself and
Blows,
Period. But
unarmed
for flavor,
strike, energy blade, athletics check against Jiri right after Jiri. So yes, he will be moving right after Jiri. So Rome, you will still have killed that Durastian Knight. Nothing will change there. But before you get your bite attack off, Coda is gonna move.
Where does he move? Because I could move.
That's so sad.
Well, it's not. I have to pause your turn. Basically, we can't.
Because we missed the turn of his.
No,
yes,
not we.
Talon
Yes,
Coda's turn was after Jiri's turn. I just looked at the recording.
Yeah.
That's where he was.
Yeah.
Alex should still get those rolls though.
I agree. The rolls can stay there, for sure. But his actions could affect that. I apologize for this error. Okay. So we're still pausing your turn, Alex. You killed the Durastian, but we're retroactively giving the Talon a turn who was skipped because I'm dumb.
I'm so scared I didn't even notice he didn't go.
First action, he will stand. Doing one of those cool martial arts things where you roll to your shoulders and then kick flip yourself to your feet. He will get up in that way.
But he's all wet.
He is all wet.
Specifically his shoes.
First things first, he's gonna try one more time. As he lands, to sweep out and try and connect with your knee, Jiri, to try and knock you prone. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh wait, no, I said that as the thing.
With an 11, you will fall prone.
That's the noise he made.
And as you're falling prone, he will stand quickly and just give you a fist palm to the chest with advantage.
Bane.
-2?
-2?
Does not hit.
Not enough. Wow. He's rolling like shit. He hasn't rolled above 8 all combat.
Bro, sure. Bane, though.
Yes, Bane is also critical.
Fuck.
You will then bonus action disengage.
I don't like that.
Using Step of the Wind, he will disengage as a bonus action, continuing to run.
You coward!
Placing himself in this position and will energy blade you, Toby.
Is that considering half his movement for getting up?
That's a great question. He does have a lot of movement.
Sure.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is able to. Actually, he will have to stop here. Okay. Actually.
Ha!
Yes. Well called out. But he will energy blade you, Toby Rama.
-15 -2 will not do it.
Wow.
Whoa.
He cannot roll to save his life right now. Okay. That is his turn. All of his attacks, bonus action, movement. That's all he can do right now.
And T-Rome bites him.
So now, T-Rome, you have your bite. However, the 14s, with advantage, you rolled 2 14s. You wouldn't have had advantage now, but the 14 will still last. So you will still hit the Talon with your bite attack.
Okay, and
37.
And I'm within 10 feet of him still, so I'm not even going to bother moving.
Yep.
There was 37 damage. It was up.
Get him, T-Rome, get him.
Chop, 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 chop.
He's a medium to small creature, correct?
Yes.
He's not grappled.
Ooh.
Automatically?
In your mouth.
It says if the target is a medium or smaller creature, it is grappled. Escape DC is 17. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex can't bite another target.
You grapple him, you feel him in your teeth, and as you lean back up, he just effortlessly falls out of your mouth.
He can't be
That bitch.
Is it immune to grapple? How do you know that?
I'm just assuming.
Oh.
It's-
Yeah, that's like him.
But how much damage did you deal with your
37.
attack? 37? Okay, halved. You do feel resistance.
big
piercing
chunk,
into his
though.
flesh.
It's a big bite.
That is big chomp. and
Ripped
you do
his arm
see him
off.
Actually,
Wait, he said that was halved?
Yeah.
it is halved.
He's
He's
all
resistant.
That's
He is
piercing?
resistant
He's
to
like
bludgeoning, piercing, and
everything.
slashing.
Just like me.
That is actually all you've seen him be resistant to the whole combat.
Yeah.
But he does actually grab his side a little bit, pained by that bite, and you do see blood around that wound.
I think he should be missing a limb.
I agree.
Durassi Knight, it is top of initiative, Telperion. Any changes you would like to make?
Can you make it the initiative count bigger just so we can see it?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm fixing my initiative tracker so I can look at it. I guess I'll leave it. Wait. Yeah.
You could pull Rome.
I
up
could
to
put
you.
Rome to the now, right?
to right above you.
Yeah, I want to put Rome right below me. I don't want to separate me in
Okay.
Aquilari's turn.
Yeah.
She is
Okay.
pulled up.
Great. Aquilari is gonna. Oh wait, that's top of the initiative. I'm sorry, it's Toby's turn, or something.
Is the he's dead. So now Toby is functionally the beginning of initiative since I removed that Durassi Knight. Okay, Toby, your turn.
Anybody under 20 HP?
Mm-mm.
No,
My Spectre, but it doesn't really matter that much.
Vector, but
Okay. And I can't ready a bonus action. Yes, I will Toll the Dead, Coda.
Okay.
-3 won't affect anything, and there's no half damage, so that does nothing.
Deal.
And I
Indeed.
will. He was not having any trouble targeting me when he couldn't see me. So instead of trying to get an invisible off, I will instead use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. Pull it in Sanctuary. Stand where you are.
Do I even want to give him a chance to opportunity attack? I don't think so, so I'm going to stay where I am. And that's my turn.
I take that.
Okay. Aquilari's turn.
Aquilari is gonna back up and run forward and charge his bro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Absolutely able to use your charge function.
No, like 11.
11. He just quickly, now that he's faced this attack a couple times, he knows better how to dodge it, and he just steps to the side.
Go. I'll leave Aquilari there for flanking purposes and end the turn. Then my
Okay.
turn.
Yes, Telperion, indeed.
I'm gonna go over here.
but you don't get advantage of that.
Oh, I'll go over here first, and then attack twice. 2 attacks with my greatsword.
Okay. First attack, absolutely advantage. Go ahead and roll first attack first. Let's resolve that one.
Because he can do
26.
things.
26.
26.
Cinder Step.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It's been the Contessa the whole time.
He said roll damage.
I know I'm debating the I'm sorry, I'm doing math in my head. I'm gonna use a force strike on this.
Okay.
Oh fuck. Okay. 18. 6 times 3 is 18.
Yes.
18 physical damage. Slashing.
Okay.
I always roll 3s. 6 force.
Got it.
And then strength save, please. 15. We're
Mhm.
prone.
You will succeed.
All right, second attack. Still at advantage.
Yes.
28.
Wow, well done. Go ahead and roll damage.
I rolled 2 6s last time, so I just rolled 2 1s. But we re-roll 1s in this household. 6 plus 6 is 12 physical, or 12 slashing.
Yeah.
And then I'll sidestep and get over here. Go through Toby.
I have not faced a swordsman with such skill in quite some time. A shame we find ourselves on opposite sides.
The better to test ourselves, then.
Ooh, that was good.
Another
And
test, then. Very well.
I'll feel tested, I promise. And
Oh, Dex save. Test of. Wait, what was the first one? What was the first test? I wanted to guess the third one.
body and mind.
You'll be able to.
Oh, is it test
Soul.
of will?
Soul.
Oh,
That's my
Body, mind, and
dick.
guess. Spirit, mind, or heart or soul. All right, that's my turn. Oh wait, no, I can bonus action. I'm gonna bonus action and just pull the specter 5 feet towards us. No, or Roulette, do you want to get closer?
Nah, I'm fine. I can get
I'll
over
pull the specter 5 feet towards us.
okay. Since there's an unconscious Durastine, I'll say that's available.
That's my turn.
At the end of your turn,
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about object interaction. I didn't grab anything. No, I'm good.
okay.
A final test of your all's will. Formidable indeed. Are you familiar with quintessence? The very energy that makes one itself. In the human soul, we call this ki. Here is mine.
Ah! And with a grunt, Coda ignites all of the ki in his body, allowing it to flow with a white hot radiance from him.
That was spirit. Good call.
Test of spirit. And an aura of bright, searing radiance emanates from him in a 10-foot radius. All creatures in the aura, which are Aquilari, Telperion, Toby, and Rome, immediately take... Oh, it already rolled the damage, so we'll do the 8 that was the original roll. You will take an immediate 8 radiant damage.
Okay.
And Toby, go ahead and make your concentration check.
Yep.
Toby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, success. But this waves of hot energy are just pouring from the Talon. You see like a glimmer of white in his eyes, in his mouth. It's just pouring from every pore in his body, this great pressure of energy. Rome, it is your turn.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna attempt to attack this guy again.
Okay. With your tail
with my
attack or
bite.
bite. Okay. Please do
Wait,
so.
has he proven to be? He's also resistant to bludgeoning damage?
The 3, like,
Correct.
Yeah.
normal.
Piercing, bludgeoning, slashing.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bite him.
Okay, you are in a flanking position. However, with this enhanced aura flowing from him, he seems calmer, more relying on his instincts than before. So he is permanently under the effect of the dodge action right now.
So sick.
So you will have a straight roll against him, not advantage.
Oh, okay. 16.
16 will not do it. As you gnash forward, he effortlessly just like bends backwards and rights himself.
All right. Is this guy still fair game? I realize he's sleeping, but.
No, leave him. We can use him as a hostage later.
All right. Well, then if that's the case, I can't actually do anything else because I can only target one. I can't target multiple.
You can think about targeting him again.
Yes, I will certainly imagine it happening.
Okay. All right, Roulette, it is your turn then. All creatures and those that begin their turn. So Rome, actually, when it was your turn as well, I actually need a concentration check from you for polymorph, and then you'll take the damage, the second round of damage again, on the
form.
Start of your turn.
Start of your turn. So. Let me see this. So here's the second damage. So you took 8 from the original aura, all of you, and then Rome, you'll take an additional 4. But I need 2 concentration checks from you for polymorph.
All right. Well, that brings me to 116. All right. So it's a D20 plus 4. So 15.
Absolutely success.
And 20. Or
so you hang on for sure. Okay, Roulette.
Oh, I'm up. Oh. I think I'm just gonna swing at him. That's the only thing that.
What else you got?
Is he still really wet? And would that give me advantage on shocking grasp?
You see all of the water that he was wet with has been immediately evaporated by this searing hot aura emanating from him.
I'm gonna move down to here 15 feet, and I'm just gonna take 2 distance swings at him.
Okay, as you enter the aura.
I thought it was when I started my turn in the thing.
Those that begin their turn in the aura or enter for the first time. So you'll just take 3 radiant damage as you enter.
I am unconscious. I'm just kidding. I'm very kidding.
Can you imagine the sliver of fear that went through me when you said that?
First swing. Whoops.
Should be at disadvantage as well, but that will miss.
I'm
I'm sorry. No, you're right. Straight roll because of Aquilari.
Yeah. I will take a step down to the floor to get a little closer and swing again.
Okay.
Big boy.
Again, a miss. He seems definitely extra honed in his reflexes in this state.
I'm gonna take us like 2 steps back up. Yeah, I want to be up here.
Are you flying?
And now I'm like 5 feet back up off the floor. Yeah, that's my whole turn. I don't think I have anything even in the bag. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Shag Stallion, and then Jiri.
Alright, Shaggy.
Okay. We'll proc the aura, taking 6 radiant damage as he enters.
That's okay. Shaggy just lets off a little bit of steam. And smacky, smack.
Okay, straight roll. Wow. Well done. Will he do anything? No. Okay. How much damage? Ooh, good roll. 13 reduced to 7. You see a flash of brightness as you hit him.
Oh. All right. Jiri, aka the Think Gaspard, will stand up. Half his movement to jump on to Shaggy.
Okay.
And then he will attack the Talon with his swords.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your first strike first. Straight roll.
And he'll say, "You coward! How come you run from me?"
You will also proc the aura, taking 4 radiant damage.
My radiant resistance is going to come into play.
Oh no!
And with a nat 1, I believe he'll still take 1 lightning damage.
Oh, 6 lightning damage.
Oh, okay. He will still take damage from the miss, but because it's a miss, he will use his reaction that he's been saving for a riposte, making an unarmed strike against you.
I
nat
will use
20.
my reaction to negate the critical effect.
Okay.
Ew.
Use your reaction. It is still a hit for 9 bludgeoning damage. And Jiri, I need you to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure, he takes 15 steam damage to the face.
Yes, he does. Yes, he absolutely does. Need to refresh. Okay.
I used a spell to avoid this effect, so I don't know what it's going to do.
Hold for. Okay. You fail the Constitution saving throw, and as you missed, although the lightning strafed into him and he blasted you, puncturing part of your armor and getting jettisoned with hot steam, you can't move your right arm, and then your whole body just seizes up for a moment, and you feel like this dull sensation come over your mind and your reflexes. You are not stunned, per se, but you are slowed. All of your movement feels extremely lethargic, and you're having a hard time moving. And as part of that effect, you do not get a second attack with your turn.
Slow
Because
second
as with the
effect.
slow spell, you can make only one weapon attack.
All right,
You
then
are
I
under the
will.
effect of the slowed condition.
I'm gonna pound it with my cloud fist then.
I do not believe you are available to. With the slow condition, you
Get
can
an
make
action
an action or a bonus action or movement. So by using his riposte in this way, he has shut down the rest of your turn effectively.
Lame. All right.
Okay.
Come on, Thane. You got this. Oh shit, sister.
It is
He's
Coda's
probably
turn.
just gonna run away the next turn. This coward.
Being outnumbered has more of a drawback against you all than I would have expected. Very well.
Coda will use a bonus action to use Step of the Wind, which also has the effect of it doubles his jump distance. So therefore, he will acrobatically do a flip over Telperion, move to this space, exhale, and vanish, using the ability you saw him use when he exited the Beat of Force for Rend. He vanishes and instantaneously appears within 5 feet of one of his targets within 50 feet.
That's not a
And
spell,
any-
correct?
It is not a spell,
Okay.
nor is it an attack, but rather an ability action. He appears behind Thane Gaspard, and I need Aquilari, Telperion, Toby Rama, Thane Gaspard, and Shaggy to all make a dexterity saving throw.
My forte. Oh,
No. Oh. Come on, Shaggy. Yes.
Okay. The DC is 17. Anyone that failed to hit 17 will take 16 force damage and 6 radiant damage.
that dispels
anyone
Aquilari.
that it dispels Aquilari.
Was that 9?
Toby, how you doing on health?
What does a success do?
Success is half damage, from the whole thing. So you will take only 8 force damage and 3 radiant.
I'll take 1 radiant because I'm
Indeed.
resistant and I saved, so I take 9 total.
Okay. Go ahead and make your
Yep.
concentration check.
Indeed.
So the 3 radiant's part of the attack.
It is.
Okay.
Because of his aura emanating from him.
Oh, okay.
Success on the con save.
That could have gone bad if I failed that.
Everyone took their damage.
Yep.
Alas, no confirmations, but suspicions are still warranted for relay.
And he will use 1, 2, 3 ability. So he has used very little of his movement. He will use the remaining movement to rush in this direction. That is the Talon's turn. Sleeping Durastian Knight, Spectre's turn.
Where is he? He's all the way over there. Oh, I think the Spectre's pretty slow. No, he's fast. He's got a 50-foot movement speed.
He's 50? I thought it was like 15.
No, 50 because he can fly.
Yeah, he's got a good fly speed.
Tim, go past him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way to the opposite side of him.
You'll take radiant if and when you enter.
What were you going to say, Steve?
When you get a chance, can you just blow up Coda, the image of it,
Yeah, hell yeah.
just very quickly? Thank you.
Well, there's nothing I can do about the radiant damage, so I'm gonna fly over there anyways.
Entering the aura, you will get... I don't know if you're vulnerable or anything to radiant, but it'll be 7 radiant damage.
No vulnerability.
Great. What does the end of this hall look like? Where's he rushing towards? That might impact how we do our turns.
What you see on the map, there's a throne up
One
there.
exit.
Seemingly one exit.
3 windows, up
Pillars, a
Seven,
balcony.
right? 7. Alright, and then the Spectre will attack him.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 13.
Will not stop him. Hit him.
Somebody stop me.
That's it, though.
Toby, you're up.
I sure am. We've used elixirs of health before,
Mm-hmm.
and so would I get the feeling that that's going to help Jiri out?
I think you would know that elixirs of health are generally for low-level status conditions. You're not sure what affliction Jiri's currently suffering from. You don't even know he is suffering from anything. He's just like struggling to move in this
Kinda
moment.
Seized up in that last bout.
I could ask for help, right? Could be like,
Maybe. You might only be able to speak falteringly. I don't know if slow impacts
Help.
speech at all.
I believe that's probably the only thing I can do with my bonus action.
Yeah, it doesn't really mention speech, so you can probably still talk, but reflexes are just slowed. What you doing, Toby?
Shaggy can carry him, so I'll hang on to it for now. Instead, I will just toll the dead on the Talon. Probably have to get a little. Nope, I'm in range here. Wisdom save. This will not do anything.
Especially with this key life force essence radiating from him, you just feel your magic not at all begin to snuff out his life force.
Movement. I will rush that way, and that's my turn.
Great one. Top of the turn.
Oh, it's Toby's turn, so you can make an adjustment now if you want.
I'm gonna put Roulette before me.
Okay. All right.
That's my turn.
Roulette, it is your turn.
I have 30 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
I will take some radiant damage.
Yes, 3 radiant.
My flail goes to my little wrist strap, and I start reaching into my pocket, and my mind goes to Minerva as I walk up, and I say, I'm assuming he's facing away from me. I will put my hands on his shoulders after 25 gold worth of gold dust, and I will place it on his jacket piece, which I'm assuming the jacket looks like it weighs less than 10 pounds. An average leather jacket weighs 3 to 4 pounds.
I would agree that it weighs less than 10 pounds.
I will put it on his shoulders, and I will say, leaving so soon? And I will cast Immovable Object as a 3rd level spell on his jacket.
Huge if true.
Huge if true. Interesting. Doesn't range touch. Doesn't say anything about that's not worn. Okay. 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 You cast the spell, and you feel it affect this yukata cloak that he's been wearing.
And I'm designating everyone in my party as someone who can move it.
You see his cloak stops flowing. Just the way it was flowing in space.
That was physical for me.
Yeah, it really is a physical phenomenon. It feels like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It also feels like the less than 1 minute thing lasts much longer than a minute.
That's my movement, my action. I will object interact, flail back in hand, and that is my turn out of 3rd level spells.
Okay. Telperion, it is your turn.
Fuck. Does he look fuck crazy? I'm gonna do something crazy, and I'm gonna burn my last side eye to dash or to double my movement speed. So I'll go to 70, which is more than enough to get to him, because he's 55 away. Do you need me to show it?
No, you're good.
I'm gonna go next to the Spectre.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use 2 swings of my sword on him.
Radiant damage first.
Radiant
Yes,
damage
definitely
first.
damage, definitely radiant. Eight radiant damage. Go ahead and make your first attack roll. Single roll, not advantage.
25.
Okay.
15 damage.
Okay. He is looking not great. You guys have battered him around quite a bit. You definitely see signs of blood loss and pain, and he's not doing great.
Okay, well, another swing.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll again. Straight roll.
18.
18 will miss.
Does he do anything?
And he does not do anything to make it miss. 18 does not hit his AC. And because you miss, he is going to do the same thing he did to Jiri. And is going to riposte for an attack against you.
How is he moving his arms to swing? With a cloak.
So
kind
I
of
was going to get to this.
straitjacketing him.
So I was going to get to this on his turn. And Roulette, your actions matter for a very specific reason, but they have a unique interaction here. As Coda moves, his yukata robe fixed in place, he effortlessly slips his arm out of the robe sleeve to jab into Telpurion's chest with an arm strike, and you'll see how else that will resolve here soon. But he will be able to make an attack here.
Oh, the Bane will affect it. I don't think so.
Bane will not affect it, so Telpurion will hit you for 9 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, and an additional 1d8 radiant because of his aura, which enhances his attacks. So 15 total damage and a con save.
The 6 knocks me to 0.
You fall.
But I did make the con save.
Okay.
I rolled a 29.
Okay. Interesting on. Yeah. That's totally fine. You hold on. You withstand your body's endurance to resist the locking up of your muscles, but it took too much energy and you fall unconscious. That's it for your turn. Rome, you are up.
Cool. I have plenty of space because I have 50 speed. If I touch the aura, like, does that cause damage to me? Like, if I were to run into it?
If you enter it, you will take the damage.
Alright. Am I within 10 feet of this dude? That's my question.
You are.
Well, I guess if I'm attacking him, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right, so, like, if I.
If
But
you are within reach, if you are within reach to attack, you are within reach of the radius of 10 feet.
Which means that I won't touch the radius?
No, you will absolutely. If you are going to be able to attack, you will take the damage.
Because you'd be leaning in to bite his form, and then be
Right.
leaning
That's also
into
true,
the
yeah.
aura.
Alright, so there's no way to avoid any damage. Alright, so I'm
If you're
going
trying to attack, correct.
Does the damage affect me first, or do I cause damage first?
The damage will affect you first.
Okay.
Because you're going to move into the space before you attack.
Sure thing.
So if you're moving into the space, radiant damage from the aura, 7 radiant, and I need you to make a concentration check. DC 10.
+4. Wow.
A 6 will fail
All right.
unless there are
you
any
have-
things you guys want to do.
Don't have any.
I have nothing.
I think I'm like officially out of it. Inspirations.
And I
So-
think the Mind Sharpener doesn't work while polymorph.
No.
Well, we could use you for healing. So
Alrighty. Well, I am no longer a T-Rex.
Okay. Unfortunately, as you rush in, your form falters, and shrinks. I'm going to flip you here. We'll give you your aura again here. And we will add you back to the initiative at 18.
Okay, I definitely don't wanna be
unfortunately,
touching
as you enter the aura, yeah, now
Doesn't
you are no
matter.
longer in the
Use the
aura
inspiration
space.
to make that second attack miss me.
What'd you say to me, Tim?
nothing. Go ahead.
All right. So I saw my action, right? Because
Yes, correct.
it happened. All right. Well, I'm gonna blight him.
Okay. Using your magic to send a blight his way. Is that a Constitution saving throw? For
Yes,
him?
it is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Damn it. But
Ooh, 15.
He
Yes.
he will. He does not want to take this damage from a caster that is just going to suffocate his life essence. So in retribution, He will
Wait a
use
second, he
leg-
fails that, doesn't he?
He does
Mhm.
fail.
Okay.
He will use a legendary resistance. And I have tweaked the way I'm doing legendary resistances moving forward in this campaign. It's not a free I win button. He has to sacrifice something in order to succeed. So the second you reach out with this magic, he will make it a success by releasing all of his ki at once. He chooses to end his active ki-based effect, the aura, in order to succeed and therefore take half damage on this. So go ahead and roll your 8d8 damage. He will take half.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
It was 8.
Ooh.
8s. I see 8s.
Ooh.
That's a really, really great roll.
So
for
22.
22 damage. He is
Necrotic.
looking not great.
That's right.
You see him wince.
You can bonus
as-
action now.
As you just slowly
I can!
see
Oh my
all
God.
of your, you see all of his life essence just get smaller and smaller, like you're choking out a light with this darkness.
I'm gonna add insult to injury here and mockery him.
Yeah.
What do you mock him with? How do you do it?
I'll steal your life, bitch.
He looks back at you and says,
I claim no ill will toward you, spirit. There's no need for you to be cut down by the weapons of mortal war.
It's also
Eh.
funny because he can't really turn to look at you. He's just like looking over his shoulder because he can't.
Wait, so does he not take the vicious mockery damage?
He's
he
got
has to
save.
make a save.
Just roll for it, yeah.
3
Which I think is a whiz
less.
save.
3 less.
That's a
He will-
fail.
He will fail, so you will successfully.
Mock
He's
him.
in pain
Looks
from
like
your
those socks on wet.
necrotic magic, and then your insult just like he loses some hope.
And I believe he has a minus D4.
Oh!
Hot.
Ouch.
Oh, nice. Very
So
well.
mocked.
Psychic damage.
Shit.
He is very.
Oh, that
mocked.
life tastes good.
Very well.
Num.
Grow seeds in your corpse.
And then what else happens with Vicious Mockery?
I think he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
He does, yes.
Loser.
Shaggy and Jiri, you're up.
Fly. And then, so the slow condition, when do I get to roll for that?
At the end of your next turn.
Damn, that sucks.
Next turn? So should I have rolled at the end of my last turn?
No, because that was your current turn. The way the thing is worded is that it works well even on his reactions. It's on the end of your next turn.
Daddy DM didn't mess that one up.
I knew it was only going to come.
He
into play,
knows
like,
he's got
once,
rule
if ever.
lawyers as players.
I do.
Oh, I know.
I am careful with my wording.
You have to be.
Alright, I will smack him with my Pegasus.
Okay, he is no longer under the permanent dodge condition since he released his aura, nor do you take damage upon entering. So you can go ahead and with his hooves. However, he still does have the wherewithal to, even though locked in place, is able to duck his head under your attack.
Lame. Alright, then I will sword attack him with Jiri.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You do not have advantage on. Actually,
Oh, I'm super flanking him.
No, Jiri's kind of not, but he kind of is. I'll give it to you. Shaggy 100%. Jiri's like in this weird amorphous middle spot, so it's just weird when you're mounted on a creature, but it's fine. So with a 16, the first one, his free arm that he slipped free from his robe, he will actually catch your sword in his ki-enhanced hand, and he looks at it and says,
This sword does not belong to you, nor does that form you currently wear.
okay, next attack. Oh, only one attack.
For lightning.
I actually
Four
think
lightning.
yes, 4 lightning. Perfect. Which does zap him as he catches it. It kind of electrocutes his arm and it instantaneouses his reflexes to catch it. He's looking really low health.
Zap zap.
At the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution saving throw to try and break free from the slowed effect.
Constitution. All right. Come on, Jerry.
You were able to get that one swing out, but even though he caught it, you are having a hard time pulling your sword arm back. You are still slowed.
I mean, you put in effect.
Yeah.
Oh, he like.
Yeah, well, your sword doesn't belong to you either.
My sword is made from the very life essence I wield in my body.
No, I'm
Who
pretty
else
sure
would it belong
Telperion
to?
has it. Oh, Telperion, you're not looking good.
All right, it is Coda's turn. Quick threat assessment. I think he thinks he can make it, and he has to try. Bonus action, not disengage, but step of the wind for dash.
Anything impeding him from a cloak that won't budge as he tries
So
to shake
that's
it
a
off?
that's a great question. I can't separate out the token right now, but you will fully realize the effect of this thing. As he tries to move and is snagged by his cloak fixed in place,
Treat it well, would you?
and he just jumps out of his cloak. And so now he's in his simple, still regal trousers fit for a Talon and his upper long sleeve shirt, but he leaves behind, fixed in place, his magical yukata item, which because of the nature of the enchantment will allow him to do this.
Okay.
But he will leave the item behind in order to free himself. And will step out of it. And then will dash with a bonus action. You guys are welcome to make your attacks of opportunity.
These are not at advantage. I forget because like it's always like moving between spaces or something.
You guys had him flanked pretty well.
Yeah, we're
When
like
he
all around him.
leaves- when he leaves Jiri's space, for example, Jiri and Shaggy are no longer in flanking position. When he leaves your space, Roulette, none of you get flanking because by the time he leaves your space,
Is
he's
when
not
you get
being
to attack.
flanked. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I ask a question though?
You can
Yeah.
ask a question.
No, yeah, I want to hear what you say first.
No, well, you can ask your question. The hooves will hit.
Shaggy smacked him.
Roulette, your attack will miss.
Does he have a dramatically lower AC without a certain piece of armor on?
No, that had no benefit to his AC.
He's probably
and again,
unarmored defense as a monk.
he has left behind an important piece of loot that you guys now have access to. You can identify it when you like, if you like, to see its exact capabilities. Jiri will miss, but will deal lightning damage
If he escapes. I'm chasing this bitch down.
if he escapes. Telperion, any attack of opportunity?
He is unconscious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spectre, opportunity attack.
Sure.
One zappy damage from Jiri's slash. I don't know if that got announced.
Yes, I got that.
Ooh.
Um,
13
so
necrotic.
13 necrotic and 6 bludgeoning damage. The Talon stumbles as he leaves, and he is extremely low health. However, with the dash bonus action, I've only moved him his normal movement. He gets his double movement because of that. So he will run up here, and he has not used his action yet.
God damn it, man.
He will dash with his action. jumping through the window, and you hear a shattering sound, and you lose sight currently of the Talon. It is the Spectre's turn if it would like to do anything.
We have to. He's low on health. We have to
The Spectre will dash after him.
100 feet.
100 feet. It can
I
get to
think
the
he can
window.
get, to the window, and can look out, but I don't think he can relay information back to you guys. Toby Rama's turn.
Okay. What does 30 feet get me on top of roulette? I will cast with my last spell slot Aura of Vitality as an action, and I can then use my bonus action to use the aura to give 2d6 plus 4 healing to Telperion. He's unconscious,
This
so
is
it's automatically
concentration,
maxed.
yes.
Yes,
So Bane will leave
drops
the
on
Talon.
But you get 16 HP back right away. Telperion.
Thank you, Toby.
And can rearrange initiative if that's important here.
Okay. Yeah, Telperion, you can make a judgment call.
You have to hit success.
Actually, I'm going to say you cannot alter the order here, being unconscious at the start of the round and not having the information of what just took place.
Okay.
So Roulette, it will be your turn.
It apply changes. Okay, there you go.
And you moved your full movement, Toby?
Yeah. I can only heal my remaining 9 turns of this if you're within 30 feet of me.
I mean, I'm prone. I'm not getting that far from you this turn.
Okay.
The fastest one is Jiri on the thing.
I'm gonna move.
And with Eldritch
The
Blast.
thing has a name.
I'm gonna move to there.
Telperion wakes up from
Can I
unconscious.
figure it? Sorry.
He wakes up from unconsciousness and he says, "Shaggy's our only hope."
Just based on how much he moved, can I math how far out the window he got?
You can make... I don't think you know all of his capabilities and stuff. You can make an intelligence check. It's a pretty high DC. That's really good, but you're not sure what direction he may have gone, what capabilities he had that could have altered his trajectory of travel out of the window. He could have made a direction change for sure, though.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hope for an opportunity and disadvantage potentially. I am going to 60 feet. I'm gonna pick a spot on the ceiling right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna grab a loose stone from the ceiling to try and pull it out, and I'm gonna cast catapult on an object that's on a lamp or on something, or even on like this chandelier or something.
Yeah, I'll
here.
say you can break off a minor shard of something from a chandelier. That seems
And I'm going
fair. Pulling
to-
a stone free from the ceiling so that it'll...
I'm going to launch it over the shadow's head out the window at a somewhat downward trajectory.
Good try.
You can
Aiming
absolutely do so.
for-
You're not sure what effect it has, but you can absolutely do so.
It is a DC 17 Dexterity saving throw, 3d8 on a miss, 3d8 on half on a fail. I don't know.
No longer banged.
It rockets out the window. Is that it for Roulette's turn?
Yep.
Telperion.
I'll use half my. Thank you, Toby. I'll use half my movement to get up.
Object interaction. I put the coda in the bag.
Any action economy necessary to undo the immovableness? Okay, so
No,
you're
it's
good to
still
go.
immovable technically. I'm allowed to.
You're just allowed to move it. Got it.
Do you want 30 feet of movement, Jiri?
And any extra movement to Shaggy would help.
Yeah, and I use 30 movement to move Shaggy 30 feet towards the door with my telekinetic movement.
He's carrying a creature. I don't think this is fully effective. You can move him and Jiri a little bit, but you're able to target a creature, I think.
You can move an object or creature with your mind. As an action, you target one loose object that is larger or smaller, or one willing creature other than yourself. You can see the target
and
within 30 feet of
loose
you.
object. I'm gonna say you can do this, but it's not fully effective. You can get to where Jiri has moved to.
But he's a creature willing.
He's not loose, and there's something on top of him. I don't think that is within bounds of the normal. And I'm still letting you do it, so like it has an effect. It's just not fully effective.
All right. And I'll use a bonus action to shove him 5 more feet.
Okay.
And then I'll stand up.
Okay. When you shove a creature, a mount, it does, when you force movement for a mount, it threatens the rider. Jiri, I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Don't do that. Don't push him then.
There was no pause for me to assess that then.
No, there really wasn't, and it is unfortunate, but Jiri, you will tumble off your mount. I'll say in the direction of the
I get to
tavern.
do it, like, they know, though, with the way that my bonus action works, if it's a willingly save. Like, I don't think the willing save...
It doesn't matter.
fights it.
Even if he saves it, there's rules in mounted combat where if a mount is moved, the rider is threatened to fall.
Okay.
Even if he chooses to be moved. Actually, what I will do is maybe Shaggy innately has a connection with his rider and doesn't want its rider to tumble off. So I'll give Shaggy a resist. Or Tim, you can roll a strength save for Shaggy to instinctively resist what Telperian's trying to do here. Okay, we tried, but Jiri, you will tumble off of your mount. Apologies, just...
And then I'll move 15 feet towards the door.
Okay, you'll need to find a way to not be in the same space as the carpet.
Is it not flying?
Even if it is flying, it hasn't been stated that it's 15 feet up in the air, and it controls a 10 by 10 cube.
Okay, I've moved differently then.
Okay, that's totally fine. Rome, it is your turn.
Gotta unmute.
Yeah, you guys are muted if you're talking.
All right, yeah, sorry, I had to unmute Tim's computer. All right, so this dude like flew out the window.
Yeah.
All right. And the only other dude that's in here is the dude that is sleeping.
Correct.
Correct. Yep.
For like
Alright.
another 5 rounds or however long.
Okay, so but there's no like immediate threat at this point. Like at this moment in time, like he
Correct.
escaped.
He escaped, and there's enemy troops outside. There's Wyvern riders. There's a city that's occupied. We don't love that he might go warn
So
hostiles.
if there's anything we can do to stop him, that's what we're trying to do.
If there's anything you can do to get me back on Shaggy, that'd be great.
I don't know how I would be able to do that. I don't think I have really anything that can stop. That can literally stop. He's like out the window.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How far away out the window? Like from
You're
where
not
I'm
sure.
at?
None of you have seen a trajectory from him. You saw him leap out the window. Theoretically, would have plummeted to the ground outside. From that balcony height, maybe 15 feet or so.
And there's no windows that are like closer than that window that the Spectre's already at.
Correct.
All right. Well, I mean, like this dude's escaping. I don't know what we want to do at this point. Like, is this our opportunity to get out of here and like steal this guy and interrogate him somewhere else?
Potentially. What's Rome doing right now?
I'm asking that question of the group.
I know we can't have a group discussion
Yeah.
mid-combat.
Chase
You're
him!
making a decision right now. What's Rome doing?
Valkyrie's yelling,
Alright,
chase.
I guess Rome is gonna start to make her way towards the window. She's gonna dash towards the window. She
Okay.
goes
Okay.
60 towards the window.
Go in a straight line. Don't go in. Shaggy needs a takeoff.
Alright, that's it. I'm done.
Shaggy, then Jiri.
What can Shaggy could ready a dash?
This isn't typical, but I would say Shaggy could scoop up Jiri using half of his movement, like it takes half your movement to mount a creature. It's not really stated in the rules, but
And then you could maybe still dash.
And then, yeah, if I could dash then. Oh my god.
There's still a following turn where you could successfully dash after him, blast
This
him down.
he must be like very close to the window because how much movement speed does he have, right?
You saw
Because
him run about 100.
he's
130,
130.
and he's probably got
130.
130.
I measured it out, so he's
probably
got to
like-
be pretty close.
We don't know, but he's probably fairly close.
And then my Spectre standing here. Could my Spectre be pointing in the direction that he sees this individual for me?
you can make a perception check with the Spectre.
That would just be a flat wisdom then.
The Spectre hovering, it's almost like a Dementor sort of leaning forward out the window, will just raise one arm pointing in this direction.
Which direction?
He drew an arrow.
All right. Shaggy will scoop Jiri.
Okay, using half its movement.
So it's got 45 left. Then it will dash.
Okay.
So another 90. It's 45, 135.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to the window and out the window.
Okay.
And then it will turn and head that direction.
Okay. As you, Jiri / Thane, get out the window and turn, position you like here, you see the Talon wall running in that direction.
How far away is he?
Based on at the end of your movement, based on his available movement, he's probably another 15 feet out of reach, but you're catching up to him.
All right, fuck it. I'm just going to cast at 5th level Synaptic Static right on him.
Right on him. Okay.
Well, in an area just around
That
but he
doesn't
can't
hit
go
you.
anywhere. I'm blasting him.
Okay.
Just,
So in an area
Blast.
that doesn't hit you too.
yes.
Okay. That's a 20-foot radius sphere.
20-foot radius sphere.
Okay. As you begin casting the spell, you also just see the beating wings of 3 wyverns on top of the keep. 2 normal-sized red ones, as well as, now visible, the larger black wyvern of the Talon that had seemingly perched on the keep's roof.
Yep.
You place the Synaptic Static.
Are they within 40 feet of the?
Yeah, if I can hit
Talon?
them with it, I would also like to hit them with it.
Kind of an effective 40 distance between
Sure.
the Talon and the...
You can hit one of them, one of the small red ones, but the roof is too big to hit the centralized location for the larger black one, as well as the other red one that's on the other side
Fuck.
of the roof. But you can hit one of them.
He is
He's
no
casting
longer
spell.
baned, unfortunately.
He is no longer baned, but he's going to take some serious damage regardless.
I am going to use...
There's a fail from the
Failed it.
Talon. I will also roll
Legendary resistance.
for...
That's the whole thing.
Let me do
Sword
something
fight.
here real quick.
And if this was like even with a success, he'd probably die. So we need to put it on there. Fuck.
Nat 20 by the Wyvern Knight on the Wyvern. So they will succeed, taking half. but the Talon will fail as his thoughts are addled and he's not doing well. How much damage do you deal?
86, right?
Concussive clap. 37 damage to the Talon. As the Talon is wall running and ascending the wall, trying to reach the roof, you just see him go limp and fall, knocking him down to 0 and then an impact on the ground. The Talon has seemingly fallen unconscious, slumped to the ground.
Fuck.
Is that it for your turn?
Do I have? I don't think I have any other movement. I don't think I can do anything else. Correct?
Okay. I
You-
don't
well-
know that you do.
Jiri has movement.
Yuri is standing on his mount. I don't
Correct.
think he can go anywhere.
And just already
No.
used his action, so.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the wyverns begin to bat their wings and enter the fray, so to speak. But it is end of your turn. It is Coda's turn, slumped on the ground. And then the nearest wyvern knight, the one that you damaged actually, is the first to act. And it will swoop down toward you and then just make a beeline past you toward the Talon on the ground.
It has to make a choice because of static, right?
It has to make a choice because it's static.
Did it
No.
resist or get hurt?
It's saved against the
Okay.
effects of Synaptic Static, which is like a Bane effect.
Yeah, it's like a Bane effect. I don't know what choice it would affect.
Oh, I thought
Um,
synaptic static you only got like an action
That's
or a
slow.
reaction.
That's slow.
Oh,
The knight on the wyvern will rapidly dismount, use his whole action to pull the Talon onto the back of the wyvern, and will begin to take flight once more. That's all it can really do.
Critter, did you pass Coda's turn already?
It is currently his turn.
It's
I
currently
had him on
20.
the... Yeah, I have him... I can see him. You guys just can't because
Oh,
he's
okay,
on the
okay,
GM
okay.
layer. It is the Sleeping Durastian Knight's turn. I'm going to go to a different music now that the final creature has fallen. And now you guys
yeah,
are in
but
this strange situation.
I'm chasing that body.
Yeah, Jiri, you are on the back of the carpet, and yes, the Durastian Wyvern Knight is going to start the fleeing process with an unconscious Talon. And you are welcome to pursue. The rest of you, I don't know that I want to slow this down by taking 30 minutes of everyone's turns in between Jiri's pursue effect. So yeah, do we want to take a bio break?
yeah. I was for my
Okay.
heartbeat. Yes.
Okay, let's take
It
a
has
bio
been 2
break
hours, right?
and come back and
2.5, yeah.
pick back up here.
We'll start the thing because there's
The
4
new
minutes
Zoom.
left of the thing. We'll just start the new Zoom in 5 minutes or 5 or 10
10,
minutes.
15.
Yeah.
When we're at, yeah.
Perfect.
Jesus.
We killed a Talon. We killed a Talon.
Yeah, we didn't.
He should at least be one death save because of the fall, right?
Yeah.
And I will fight tooth and nail to say that you cannot stabilize someone on mount.
All I have to do, well, then he should be rolling a death save right now too. So he
Yeah.
might have a second one. So all I have to do is hit him once more.
Because it's only a crit if it's in melee range. Or something
If
like
he
that.
crit fails,
Then he's dead.
then he's dead.
Oh, there's a couple E-blasts, right?
That's what I'm hoping. But the problem is I can only do one E-blast still because I'm still fucking slowed.
No, you got... Oh, the DC's much higher. I was thinking 10 for
I don't know what the
concentration.
DC is, but
It's probably his 17.
If you miss, is it worth an inspiration from us to fix it, or like to try to give you another chance?
I got
Is
it.
your movement slowed,
no. I'm on Shaggy.
or is it worth an inspiration to try to get you unslowed?
He's only got
Maybe.
a +2 on the save. I don't know that that's worth it. He has to hit a 15 on the die roll.
I think it's better to just...
He's got a much better chance to hit than he does to save.
Yeah, I don't know.
Irony is he's not wearing his dread iron anymore, right?
He's not.
Potentially.
Because wasn't that on this thing that Steve just grabbed?
Well, yeah, because the pauldron was on the cloak, so it shouldn't be on him anymore.
Tim, do you have like Toll the Dead or anything like that?
No, I don't have anything that can like auto hit, unfortunately.
Your classic if he's within
The water.
60 feet. The water cannon is a save
You could push him off the mount.
off the mount.
Don't you have a scroll of Mind Sliver? If you Mind Sliver him, he would maybe automatically fail it.
Wait,
Time
Tim,
Mindsliver?
isn't the water cannon a bonus action?
But he's slowed, so he can only do action
I
or
can
bonus action.
yeah. So
I
the thing is, I
forgot
need to not be slowed.
It's also
Mindsliver
gonna
might
get
be a good idea.
to your turn before the wyvern that's carrying him can go again. So
Yes,
we're not.
it should
It's not
be.
hopeless yet.
And I should have advantage because I
And
am
the
higher up.
specter should be within 50 feet of this thing.
Could I try and
Mhm.
speak with animals to the wyvern and convince him to come back?
I don't know if that's gonna work, Alex, but you can
They
certainly
are
try.
broken down and
Also,
submitted
not
to
unlike
the Duraspians.
We could try and convince him that his internal GPS is trying to make him attempt a
No,
U-turn.
the reasoning.
Make
I
a
love it.
U-turn, it's
Speak-
possible.
You need like speak with beasts, I think, right? Wouldn't speak with animals not work on a dragon? I don't even know.
Yeah, probably not.
It's so silly.
I've got 18d6 plus 36 healing left to hand out over the next minute, so we're
Well,
not
just
going
make
to
sure
be
you're
on
giving it to
death's door.
Telperion because I'm at like
me.
half.
I'm at 9.
Give it to yourself, girl. I'm at half health, so don't do me.
What is
I think-
Shaggy?
ooh.
Spirit,
Mindsliver, I
and
think, is a really good idea.
Do you have Mind Sliver?
I have the scroll. I've been sitting on that thing forever. This is like the perfect time to
Oh,
use.
yeah, that's an auto death
So
thing.
that he should automatically be at 2 then.
Because that's an int save. I don't know if he'll give him disadvantage on the int save if he's
There won't be
unconscious.
He should just fail it if he's
no
unconscious.
unconscious means you only automatically fail dex saves, I believe. It's,
That is correct.
I have nothing to offer now.
so I'm gonna be able to dash.
We just all fly out the window on our wind sails.
Automatically fail strength and dex saves. Haha.
Oh,
No, strength too.
Brew, do we just grab our wind sails and follow Jiri right now?
shout
yes.
your
Just
turn.
about.
yeah.
It's getting closer to nighttime, so there's a chance.
It's
it'll be
fully night. The
So-
dinner has gone into darkness. It's fully dark outside. It is night.
So we have a chance to evade wyverns, possibly. Yeah.
Let me do one thing real quick.
Oh, but if he fails his save right now,
He does have to make. He should. Chris, is it true that he fell how many feet?
about from the wall he was running on, you saw him fall about 15 feet. However, go ahead and make a perception check. And you're not wearing your goggles of night right now, right? So go ahead and do it with disadvantage.
Busy.
Free object interaction. Put my goggles on.
That seems fair, unless it takes an action to do it.
Look.
I suck at perception anyways, so.
Hey.
Yeah, it doesn't say in action to put them on or anything, so that's totally fine. Perception 17. When the Talon fell and impacted the ground, it didn't look like a violent impact.
Because he still gets slow fall even if he's unconscious, maybe?
Something like that. Not exactly that. But okay, so Jiri, you have just knocked the Talon to the ground. The Wyverns are taking flight to move. Where were you in the initiative order? So it is the Talon's turn next.
They should still be on the ground, right? Because
They are. They absolutely are. Yep. Well,
are they on like a
Wyvern Knight-
lower
the
level?
Wyvern-
Because
the
aren't we
Wyvern
like
Knight
high
has
up?
helped. You guys are on like a 15-foot high balcony looking downward at the ground. So it's 15 feet's not that dramatic of a fall either. But you see the Wyvern Knight having pulled the Talon up onto the back of the Wyvern, and the Talon's arm moves and pushes the Knight's help away. And he looks up in your direction, Jiri, the Talon, and you see a strange phenomenon to the Talon's face. His face seems almost drained of blood, almost albino looking. His eyes are fully black, and there are dark tendrils of ichor-like veins completely encasing any visible bits of his body you can that seem to originate from his Vantablack pauldron that the Talons are equipped with. Yeah, Steve, what you
Can
got?
you take that off?
Was that attached
that was-
to the cloak?
It was not. That's a separate item. So the cloak was able to fall free. And again, when you guys identify the cloak, you'll see the properties of the cloak that even make any of this feasible. But the pauldron, you can see now, it's like the teeth of its connection points are like embedded into the skin. And they are clearly affecting the bloodstream of individuals wearing it. And this Talon right now is looking up at you, seemingly conscious and in completely a different mind state, and says,
No, let me free. Surround the hall. There are more of them inside. Detain them. Do not let them leave. I face this one alone.
and he will step off the Wyvern and allow himself to fall to the ground onto his feet. And flavor-wise, the Wyvern Knight begins to confusedly listen to the strange-looking Talon's orders and begins to beat his wings. You can see the other Wyvern Knights beginning to make their way toward the windows. Even Coda's Wyvern starting to make its way in your direction. But Jiri, currently the Durastian Wyvern Knights are not seemingly aggressing you, but they are moving toward you. And Coda is looking up in your direction, seemingly wanting some sort of confrontation. The rest of you inside, what are you doing?
Dashing and towards the windows while using bonus action to heal every 6 seconds. I don't know how many we'll go through, but
Okay. We'll do one at a time, but you can absolutely dash yourself 60 feet off in that direction. Who are you healing first with a bonus?
I'm going to
action?
heal myself first
Okay.
for 7 crest hit points to another creature, so I don't get to add proficiency bonus to this. But 7 to me, and I'll dash.
Okay. Looks like Roulette is next in the order. What are you doing next?
It would have been the spirit's turn before mine. The spirit gets to do things. Right?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, the spirit will fly down and suck his blood.
Spirit will fly down and suck the Talon's blood.
Yes.
You'd call your creature. Speak to me first, if you have any honor at all.
Eerie.
You're the one that is fleeing currently, so I don't think you have any honor. You have left it behind on the battlefield. You
Then
coward.
Do me the favor of ending my life with your own blade, not a hired lackey.
Ah, but this lackey, you do not deserve such a death. My lackey will kill you instead.
Oh my god, I love you.
Okay.
That's no
You can
honor.
go ahead and fly down the specter and go ahead and make an attack roll. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Mhm.
Why?
You don't know?
For reasons.
Why? Can you also tell me when top of initiative starts?
Toby's turn.
Yes, it'll be Toby's turn. Yeah.
14.
Will not hit, and you just see as the specter approaches the Talon, he just moves quickly. He was clearly in a dodge-ready stance.
My specter will move to the back of him.
Okay. It is okay. So now, Roulette, what are you doing in this tense moment as you guys might be being surrounded or something?
Well, I don't know that.
That's true.
I'm action. I'm gonna dash due north. The big golden shit in the middle of the room, is that a throne?
Yes. Yeah.
Can I move to like here and can I just actively investigate this throne to see if there's like a eject button?
Sure. You won't be able to action dash, but you can use your action to investigate if you would like.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I will. I'll just use my action to like investigate it. I want to see like, is there like a secret underground doorway escape room for royals?
Gotcha. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Need them.
26.
With a 26, you quickly determine that this throne is a recent addition. It is not native to this hall space, and it's
From
seemingly
IKEA.
it's cast from precious metals.
Can I break anything off real quick and throw it in my bag?
Probably not with your remaining turn. You can try and chop at gold and copper and other valuable alloys later.
And I'm just still heading generally towards the window from where I am, but I will stop there.
Okay.
Wait.
Toperian, what's next?
So-
for you? Oh yeah, it's top of initiative. You can
Toby's is the top of
initiative. We're sort of in narrative initiative right now. Like mechanical moves and attacks only matter to a degree, kind of with the known target between Jiri and the Talon. Otherwise, there are forces at play here, but I want to mostly know what are each of you doing in this space.
I'm gonna step back over here, and I'm gonna use. I'm gonna grab my staff that I dropped, and I'll use my Kair to pull my javelin to me as well.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of grabbing the stuff, and I'm about to. I'll run back up.
Grab the quill too.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go run over to the quill and pocket that.
Yeah. So on my next turn, I'll just be ready to move back to the window.
Okay.
I'll shout, "Get your staffs ready too," or something.
The sails.
Rome next. What are you doing,
Uh,
Rome?
I'm dashing towards the window, and I should be able to make it there at this point.
I don't know that you have enough movement to get there.
Well,
Maybe
if this
you
is 25, and then
Okay, yeah, so you can get to the window, to the space where the specter had been.
yeah. Do I see anything when I look through the window?
Okay.
Great question.
Oh, you haven't looked at it yet.
I'll put him back
Yes.
on there. Yes, you see immediately an approaching Wyvern Knight moving toward your position at this window, as well as you hear the beating wings of additional Wyverns in the area, and you see Jiri looking down at the direction of the Talon, and his specter is right next to the Talon as well. And the Talon's facial features are entirely different. Like, his face has been drained of blood, thick veins of black ichor-like sludge through his skin, and pupilless black eyes.
And is he on the ground?
He is on the ground, standing, as the Wyvern Knight is leaving his space, which I'll go ahead and throw Vern Knight on here too.
I'm picturing the like in Zelda when it goes from one boss and then it dies and then it comes back up as its second boss.
Okay. So Rome, that's what you see. You've used your action to dash to that spot. What are you doing next?
Do you think
Anything
he's
with your
within
bonus
like
action?
60 feet of me?
Yes, within 60.
Okay, I'm gonna vicious mockery him.
Nice.
Minus a d6, right, Tim?
Minus a d6.
Wait, why would it be minus?
Synaptic
Because of
static.
synaptus static.
Failed synaptic static.
Ooh.
From his save.
Looks like you need that life back.
And
Amazing.
A joy. Minus
A
6.
6 would do it.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
No, roll.
Tim has to roll a
yeah.
6.
Oh.
What are the odds of that?
1 in 6.
I know.
16%. 16.7.
Oh, I add an 8 to it.
Ooh, you just got told. Will not quite do it. You feel your words fall fairly harmlessly on this now different looking individual who doesn't sort of bear the same humanoid facial tells and features right now.
Okay, so that was a success.
yes.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Okay. Jiri.
Approach me. I spoke to you of the way of the true blade. It is dishonorable. It is the most dishonorable death to die without a sword in hand.
Can Jiri make an insight check without using his action to like suss if this is a trap?
Are you proficient in insight?
Oh, I certainly am not.
Okay, if you're not proficient, then it will take you some sort of active effort to utilize that skill.
Nice.
Fuck it. Let's go attack him. I will I will charge down and attack with Shaggy and Jiri at the same
Okay.
time.
Go ahead and roll all of your attacks together. They will
At
have
advantage.
they will have neutral because he is still under the dodge condition, but
Little bitch.
He did it on his turn.
he did it on his turn and the Spectre already saw that.
Alright.
But go ahead and roll Jiri or Shaggy's, roll both of Jiri's.
Alex, check your text.
I'm gonna pause, or I'm gonna put on different music. In a flurry of attacks, not interested in conversation with the Talon, you swoop down. Shaggy swipes at him, but he quickly dodges. Jiri strikes him with a sword attack. And as you connect with your first sword attack, the Talon grabs your arm and holds it in place and just says,
Very well. You who have dealt this wound, know that you have struck true. It will take me. You are victorious, and I accept my fate with honor. But will you indulge a final request of your dying enemy?
I may consider it.
There is a simple log cabin
Oh my god.
in the woodlands to the northeast of Daenor. Yellowheart lumber. A woman tends the home, and 2 soldiers stay always at her side.
spits some blood, but it's just pure black sludge.
Give to them my rings.
And then he releases his grasp on your hand and allows your final strike. How do you kill Talon Coda of Daenor?
Sword straight through the like chest.
The ridges of your sword sort of awkwardly stagger its ability to jut straight in. And he just, so much black sludge just pours from his mouth, and his pupilless black ink covered eyes right now just look at you and says,
You do see him, right, Moira?
and then nods as if in acknowledgement. And he slumps, falling, and the weight of him pulls your sword to the ground, and with some effort you have to pull the sword free. You hear a cry from a wyvern, Coda's wyvern, as you look up. And you see two more approaching wyverns, as well as whatever's happening at the front of the keep. I'm going to go back to our different tense music. As the talon falls dead from your blade, what do you do, Jiri?
I will grab his body and put it onto Shaggy with me, and I will tell Shaggy to take off. And I'm going to dash and start flying.
Okay. You can begin to do that. You just use your action for a series of attacks and stuff, but we will say that process has begun the fleeing effort. With quite a bit of movement available. Coda is slain. Everyone inside, what are each of you doing in this moment?
Getting
The
out
beating
my
wings of wyverns are approaching the windows.
getting my windsail out, shouting to everyone, "Come on, let's go! We gotta out the window, kill the Talon, and then retreat." And I'll give more healing out as is applicable.
Okay, for now, just one round. Go ahead and pop someone with it.
You hit me.
When
At
you get
16.
closer, I can hit you.
Okay. Crit, I'm gonna grab this body and bring it up to the front of the room as I put everything away in my pack. And I say, should we throw him in the bag so he doesn't
Yeah,
wake up?
I'd say that's going to dramatically slow your availability to do things this.
I think we're going round by round right now.
Okay, then I'm just gonna.
It's still like sort of narrative and loose, but just know that dragging a body with you is going to slow you down.
So here's my only question to DM. I want to just execute this guy. I don't want to necessarily start like a whole round of combat and us doing something because this guy saw me and I want to cut his throat and just because
You see, he's actually very bloodied already.
Okay,
So
I just
say
slit his throat.
against a sleeping, unconscious, undefensible enemy, you're able to slit his throat.
Okay, so I grab the feathers, slit his throat, and then I just run to the front and I'm switching. And like if it's loose and it is met, do I have to go by my movement speed or can I just join them up front?
You can loosely join them up front. They're
Okay.
ahead of you. You're not caught up to them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start. I'm getting out my windsail, and everything else is in my bag. The feather, my staff, and my spear, and my greatsword. Now, we just got to run for it. We chase the Talon down.
Just make sure Jerry's okay.
Let's
I know,
go.
He knows I'm Shaggy, but make sure he's okay. And I, where are we going?
Out the window with the sails.
Meet by where we camped outside of town.
Sure.
I am running up to this one.
Okay.
Also, before I leave, I am taking out my magic mouth stone and I'm just chucking it back towards the front of the dining room,
Okay.
as far as I can throw it as possible.
Okay.
And as soon as it lands, it starts making screaming noises in Roulette's voice.
All right. How about you, Rome? What are you up to right now inside? You've made it to
Windsail
the
out.
window. You have seen Jiri slay the Talon.
So I saw that Toby took his Cannonlock Windsail out, so I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm gonna use my soul die to put out temporary HP. That's just a D10. And that goes to 3 people.
Okay. What 3 people do you give this temp HP to?
Who's looking particularly bad?
That's
I just died.
I am constantly renewing my own temps, so don't worry about mine.
Okay, so Telperion and Roulette and Jiri, are you looking?
I'm
Probably
good.
Shaggy. Probably Shaggy.
You give it to
Ooh.
yourself. Oh, Shaggy's good call.
I'll take it.
Okay, and Shaggy.
How many temporary HP?
9.
Ooh, nice.
Does Shaggy already have temp HP because of the Armor of Agathis?
No,
Oh.
that was used up a while ago.
You got hit.
Got it.
The radiant, I believe. Yeah.
Just want to make sure there's no weird replacing temp HP.
MK, you've
there.
only used 2 since narrative mode started, right? Heals.
I've used 3
total.
now.
Okay,
Because
just
I
make sure.
used the second one. I just did another on myself. I'll hit you on the next round.
Go. I'm at 16.
I was at 16, so
Sick. The bloody boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with all of us inside went.
At this point, if everyone has a sufficient Candleoff Windsail to use, and Jiri is on Shaggy, fleeing with the Talon's body on as well, cinematically, what happens is Wyverns begin to approach the thing, and you guys begin to bust out of these windows on Windsails. There is going to be a chase as they pursue these fleeing people and the seemingly traitorous Thane that has just slain the Talon. They are going to pursue. This is going to be some sort of a skill challenge to see if you can outspeed them. What is the total max speed available from a Windsail?
That's a great point.
Well, so
Flying speed of 60, and you can take the dash action as a bonus action, giving 10 feet decrease at the end of each of our turns. But we're going to need to levitate first.
You're going to have to find ways of getting yourself elevation because you don't have much right now. But otherwise, you can dash. The Wyverns are going to begin to pursue. Yeah, Telperion, what's on your mind?
As I'm leaving, I have my Elven Cloak on. I'm not attuned to it, but I pull the hood up and I just like draw it tight so my antlers and hair and elf ears are covered up.
Okay.
Toby, if you want to light the candle, it'll just make them harder to hit us. And pick me as the other one.
Okay, I will do that. And then I've got 7 rounds of healing over the next, 42 seconds. So I don't know if you want to go round by round or if when you want me to start dishing those out.
Right before we go out, I will say, so levitate is pretty slow, if I'm remembering correct, right? It's
20 feet per round.
20 feet. That's okay. That's fine. You all stay as close to Toby as possible. Get on your wind sails and start floating up. I'll see if I can harry him at least. And my goal, I want to be ducking in and out of the thing, not levitating, but just flying and swinging out to try and keep them away from us. If that makes sense. I don't know.
It does. What I would say that's going to do for you guys is they're going to target you rather than the other people levitating in this moment.
Perfect.
So Telperion, Roulette, and Rome are able to begin levitating. However, the 3 nearest Durastian knights are going to make attacks against you.
Sorry, it's Toby, Rome, and Telperion. I am not levitating.
Jiri is free from the elevation restrictions right now because he's on a flying creature.
Yes. And I was gonna try to distract them to help you guys since I'm a little bit faster. So, because I have the body too. But I did just roll. I would like to use my bonus action to recharge my spell slots using my crest.
Okay.
So I rolled the
so
5.
go ahead and roll a d6. So 5. So I think, is that 3 or is that 2?
That is 3.
Okay.
So that would be 1/3 level then, correct?
Yeah, or you could create a second level and a first level. I think it's just a combined amount. So 3rd level is your biggest bang. So yes, you can do that.
Okay. And then I'm just going to hold on to that. But yeah, I will try to lead the knights away from the group that is starting to levitate. So I will fly, I will dash higher up and off to a different direction than the group that's levitating.
So what I'm going to say right now is a knight and Coda's own Wyvern are going to target you, Jiri. 2 knights are going to target Roulette.
Beautiful.
First round. What you got, Telperion?
Can I be doing something while we're doing this?
You're actively levitating. You're casting the levitate action, and you're
Okay.
trying to get high right now. That's
Okay, cool.
You, Rome, and Toby Rama are in that space right now.
Got it.
And
Got
I
it.
can't
They're trying to
see
buy
out of
you
my
time.
darkness kindle.
Okay.
And I'm healing every 6 seconds for the next 40 seconds.
Okay, Jiri, a wyvern flying toward you. It's going to use its multi-attack. This is Coda's wyvern, and it is riderless, and it is going to make a bite attack. 21 to hit.
Meets it, beats it. Yeah, that hits me.
Okay, for 10 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Do you have any armor of Agathis it's going to get hit with?
No, I do not
Puffy
have
armor?
any puffy
Okay.
armor. Not currently.
And its second attack is going to be a stinger attack. And I need to read.
Hey, what's your health?
Not. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay.
Toby's
I'm
going
not-
to be assessing, so call out when you're dropping low, because right now my plan is to get me and Telperion. But if you start
I'm not
dropping
bloodied.
lower, I'll hit you guys.
So I'm good.
Throw one at me, Toby, when you get a chance. After Telperion. Are you looking at my health points?
Yeah. Get out. Let us
so
get out of the
stinger,
teens.
Stinger, so 8 piercing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, yikesies.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is a success,
Fuck.
so you take half.
We were protected from poison anyway.
If you are protected from poison and therefore immune to poison damage, then that will deal.
I think
no
it just gives you
additional-
advantage, which is a really dumb thing for the protection from poison spell. Advantage
Well, it's
on
just
saving
res-
throws
yeah,
against
it's just
being poisoned
resistance.
and resistance to poison damage.
So resistance to poison damage, and he saves, so that does quarter the damage. So that's a 13 down to a 6. So you take 8 piercing and 6 poison.
okay.
As that, and you notice now, Coda's wyvern still has
I
its
am
stinger.
bloodied now.
You see that Coda's wyvern still has its stinger, where the other Durastian knights who have domesticated wyverns for wide use have clipped their wyvern stingers, so they're more suitable mounts for training purposes. So
now
now
we
the
can kill
wyvern knight will come attack you, Jiri, and he's got an interesting feature that could come into play here.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's going to come into play. 27 to hit.
Yikes.
Now all my attacks are hitting, not the talons, but 14 piercing damage.
Yours not looking good.
And because I'm going to say loosely, he used 20 feet of movement to catch up to you, his momentum will deal an additional 2 points of damage to you. And I need you to make a strength save.
So good at these. 15?
You just succeed
Yay!
and are not knocked off your mount.
I'm gonna faint. Literally, Mike Jacoby is gonna faint from the stress.
Roulette.
What's up?
2 Wyvern Knight attacks coming at you.
Bring it.
Brandishing their silver lances in a momentum strike. 1 for 21 damage.
No.
Or, I'm sorry, 21 to hit.
I will. I will let that land.
Okay, 10 piercing damage.
And as a reaction, jutting back out of the blackness, my flail brightens up, and I need a DC 17 con save, please.
Ooh.
Big
Holy
yikes.
shit. All of their rolls have been above 20.
Yeah, I'm rolling really strong right now. This is crazy. Second Wyvern. Oh, and he moved, we'll say, also 20 feet to catch up to you. So that's an additional 10 feet, additional 2 points of damage due to his momentum feature. And I need you to please make a strength saving throw. That is a fail. You are flying around on the wind sail, which is
I
effectively.
am not. I am on my boots. My
Oh,
boots are
you're
flat.
running around. That's right. So you can't. You can be knocked prone, but your boots still keep you aloft.
I'm. My feet are still like this, but my body's backwards.
Yes.
I'm in an
yes.
awkward position, I will say.
Okay. So functionally, you're still not immune to the prone condition, so you'll still be prone. So this final knight approaching you with an attack will have advantage against you.
Yep.
That one and a
Thank
4 for
God.
12. So that one does miss.
No.
As the first one knocks you prone and you sort of rotate in the air with your anchor of the boots, the other one just zooms past you, over you. That is all of their attacks. So you guys gain some elevation and can all take a cohesive turn
Yes.
here.
I will Toll the Dead on. Have any of these wyverns been hit?
I don't think so.
And I'll go before you if that
And I
matters.
think very quickly, I think you guys are going to do some mental math that these are uninjured beastie creatures. Fleeing is a more suitable option here than trying to reduce
Let's
the
dash.
of
But
these
we can't
creatures.
dash to raise ourselves more with levitate. It's we go up 20 feet around.
That's true, but you could potentially dash to get away from these creatures and hopefully outspeed them for a round.
No, we need to get levitation first. Just keep going up. The only thing,
Keep going.
only take an action if you can like get repel them, or take the dodge action.
Well, we're already in darkness, so they will have disadvantage trying to attack us inside it. So I'm just going to do a Toll the Dead on Coda's mounts and then give 2d6 plus 4 to Jiri as a bonus action.
Okay. Pull the dead against the wyvern.
Since I can't use an action to
Yeah.
make myself go higher or faster, I could just throw a Mind Sliver at.
Can't see them.
Okay.
I'm having Roulette be able to see in the
He-
darkness.
Yeah,
Okay.
Roulette is the one who is targeted.
It's really all I can do
14
is just-
damage to the wyvern, and then healing to.
Okay.
Whatchamacallit. Here you get 13 healing.
God.
Toby's done a thing. What are the rest of you guys doing to continue or escape?
I think me and Rome literally can't do anything if we're blinded in the orb.
There's some things you can still do, like you might be able to creatively find action economy you have, but otherwise, yeah, you're working on getting higher.
I would just throw a javelin blindly out of this thing because I can't use anything else. Just a regular old javelin.
Based on where Roulette's position was, and you heard a beast attack her, you can attack that creature with disadvantage.
Ooh, 17 into 16, 26, 29, or
25.
25.
We'll hit a Wyvern Knight. Go ahead and roll damage.
I think it's just a d6 plus 5.
Are these knights wearing metal armor?
Plate, very thinly fitted plate armor. So yes, metal.
10 damage.
10 damage. Got it.
Very nice.
Okay. How about you,
Go delete
Rowan?
one
What
of
are you
my
up to?
24 javelins.
I'm really interested in trying to escape, so I'm gonna try and ascend more away from them.
Okay.
I don't have
Continuing
anything.
Okay, continuing to levitate higher with next to Toby and Telperion. You guys are shrouded in an ascending black bubble of darkness. Perfect. You guys are able to continue to gain altitude. Next round, Jiri, what are you up to right now?
I'm just gonna dash, and I should be able to outspeed a wyvern.
I think it's very likely. So with Shaggy dashing, that'll put your movement at 180.
Yes.
Okay. Immediately, the Wyvern Knight and Coda's Wyvern are going to follow, and they are also going to dash and can only move 160. The Wyvern Knight is a sort of custom stat block that simplifies my life a little bit. So although he has full control of his mount and it can fly 160, he can still throw a javelin here. So one javelin attack coming your way.
I will blast back at him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Is he slowed?
Fucking Christ.
No, Jiri saved on that a little bit back. He rolled a
I
Okay.
did save on it, yes. I take another 7. God damn it.
I think also, narratively, as Coda was slain, you would feel any remnants of that effect fade, as it was a transference of his own life. That one hurt more than the last one.
Yeah.
It always happens so fast.
I know. So yeah, fully free from that key-based effect.
Critter,
Um,
when I have an extra attack, I can shove both times, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'm gonna try 2 shoving attacks on the 2 knights.
You are
So I'll
welcome
try it
to
on
do
the
that.
first one.
Cool.
Trying it on the first one, just as a note, a trained mounted combatant, he does have advantage on saving throws made to avoid falling off. So he might, and it does say saving throws, but the function is ability checks too for avoiding falling off this. I can tweak the language if you need, but trained mountain combatants get that feature.
What do I make? Athletics check?
Your athletics will set the DC. His athletics or acrobatics will try and beat it.
He's gonna lose to this, don't worry. With advantage, he's gonna lose to it.
He does get advantage, and he'll make a strength.
Does he have +5?
14
plus four.
plus 4.
Okay.
Nice try.
Seeing that the shove doesn't work, I back up and I just swing at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Okay, that'll definitely hit for
7
7
bludgeoning.
Very nice. You clobber one of the knights in smashing them as they're riding past you. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
the Wyvern and Wyvern Knight chased Jiri, but were not able to catch up shy of 1 javelin attack. So I still need to resolve the other 2 who now aren't going to get their momentum feature because they're so close to you, Roulette, but they are going to stab at you with 2 silver lances coming your way.
Cute.
Are you within 100 feet of me?
That's best case damage and a really good hit. 26.
Shield. Oh no. No, because that gives me a 26. Shit.
Yeah, that would still hit. So 18
Fine.
piercing damage on that one.
I will reaction the blindness again. Second charge for that.
Okay.
Are you within 100 feet?
I am right outside the circle.
Okay.
He nat 20s. He's used to it or saw the other one affected by it. I forget if this is the same one, but he's able to shield his eyes in time. Second Silver Lance coming at you. That one will miss. Like the other one, you've gotten hit by one only to have that trajectory throw off the course of the other one.
Obi!
I'm paying attention.
Okay. That's the knight's turn, so now we can go into a round of a couple of you are continuing to ascend. Toby Rama, what are you doing? A
Bow
heal?
arrow out at one of the wyverns near Roulette because the other 2 are way too far away from me. And I'll pump a charge of fear into it if I hit.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Go
Big-
ahead and
big
attack
if true.
with advantage because they cannot see the attack coming.
Big if true.
Big if true.
21 to hit.
21 to hit, and they are hit by the damage for sure. Do they need to make a whiz save?
I can use it to cast the fear spell. The spell is worded as a wisdom save. That is a
16?
fail. So they take 16,
Wow.
9 piercing, 7 radiant, and then are fearful and must spend their
You
turns
see that
fleeing.
pierce the wyvern's like inside its jaw. It flies into its mouth and pierces through half of its jaw, and its eyes go wide and it slams on the brakes with its wings beating backward.
And then bonus action heal for 2d6 plus 4 to Roulette.
Thank you.
Telperion and Rome sort of just still ascending. Any
Javelin.
14.
Javelin, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Or I like rolling with disadvantage.
Straight roll, right? Because he's an unseen attacker.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true. That should have happened the last time too. Actually.
Well, I hit anyway, so I won't be sad. 26.
Hits. Wow, well done.
I'm good for something still. Ooh, 10 damage.
That was another 2d6.
As you
plus
close
4.
your eyes, well, you can actually, yeah, you can see them.
Roulette can see through the darkness.
Roulette can see through the darkness, not Telperion. So, Telperion, as you are not able to see them, you focus and you listen, but you also feel this like distinctly faint little nugget of telepathic energy emanating from various points on the battlefield, and you send it at the right location.
Send it.
Full send. Okay. You deal, how much damage was that, Telperion?
That was 10 total.
10
Damn,
total.
my
That
goodness.
night. Okay.
I know.
Rome just continuing to
This
ascend
guy's got
and
2
ready
big
to
javelins
dash.
coming out of his stomach chest. Sorry, Rome, I cut over talking to you.
We're muted. Tim's muted.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah. Are you still continuing to just ascend, Rome? Anything you want to do with your action as you're ascending?
No, I just want to continue to ascend. I don't have the ability to do anything else.
Okay. Jiri, you're up. You can continue dashing. They have managed to get within javelin throwing distance on the last one, but you are outspeeding the wyvern and both wyverns following you.
I will continue to dash and fire Eldritch Blasts behind me at them.
Okay. You can
Until
go
I
ahead and roll
can.
go ahead and roll your damages.
I missed both last time, I'm assuming. I had a 13 and a 12. So
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
aiming
both
at
these-
specifically the knight, by the way.
Okay. Both of those will hit.
24.
24 damage.
24's damage. That knight's been hit quite a few times. Okay. But still continues to bear down, lowering his head, and they're still charging at you. Roulette, anything of note on your turn?
I'm gonna retreat into the bubble, and I'm gonna the one that's not been feared or like put on the brakes. I'm gonna swing out from the bubble at the wyvern's head twice.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage.
The drama of this, like the visual drama, is insane.
13. Miss. 23.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. So you guys are definitely bashing these knights around. Jiri evading 2 of them fully at this point. However, Roulette, these 2 will come back around and try and attack you again. But where you had gone into the hole. So they'll fly toward this sphere and make aimless attacks into the
One of them
darkness.
can't move closer towards me because it's feared.
Oh, that's true. That one, and is fear written in a way where they have to flee?
Let me.
I think that was the case for the Deadeye.
bird and the Deadeye. While frightened, they must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its
Abandoning all protocol and duty. That one, just against the will of its rider, trying to steer it in the right direction, it just pulls in the other direction and books it away. I'm going to say Coda's wyvern, the wyvern knight following Jiri, and now this wyvern are functionally sort of not going to be able to catch up to you. There's this final wyvern knight going to keep harrying you guys until you potentially bail, unless some of them come back around, but we'll see. One lance with disadvantage, but that was already a low roll. So Roulette, as you dip into the sphere of darkness, he plunges his silver spear into the space, but you are able to get around it. Functionally at this point, I'm going to say you guys are able to buy yourself another round or 2 of ascending. You guys have about 100-ish feet of elevation. Are you going to book it?
And while we've got levitate going, we can ascend 20, dash 180 by doing bonus action, and only lose 10.
That's true. So you guys can continue to levitate up and keep going. So you bought yourself sort of plenty of elevation at this point.
I think I left my keys though.
Let's
get out of here.
Yeah, it's time to start action, bonus action, only gaining 10 feet a turn basically for 180 foot speed. While I'm still
gonna continuously keep firebolting like out of the bubble.
You
For the drama,
because you
just
need
for
the
the
action dash.
Oh, never mind.
By the time Coda's wyvern and the Durastian knight lose Jiri so far that they begin to back off and turn around and consider going at you, you guys just zoom past. And at this point, all of you guys are going to be able to outspeed the wyverns.
Holy fuck.
I'm going to throw on just some general ambient music now.
Can we go get Moby?
But the chase does continue for a little bit.
Sure.
I would like everyone, all of us humanoid creatures, not necessarily Shaggy, to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, Aquilari!
At the stress of all of this enhanced adrenaline and effort and stress, exhaustion is threatening you guys right
Nat
now.
20. So 27.
Anyone that fails a 10 DC will take a point of exhaustion.
Which does
For
disadvantage.
for 1 point, it's a disadvantage on ability checks. So Jiri and Rome, it looks like, are gonna take 1 point of exhaustion,
Yuri throws up.
What is it?
He's
That's
motion
not-
sick.
as
okay.
well as
behind
Disadvantage
him.
on ability
To-
checks. I
Whoever's
Take
behind
it off.
Yuri, make a dex
at
save.
11.
yeah, I was just clicking on the condition in
Got
D&D
it.
Beyond.
Where is the condition?
Toby gets hit in the face with
Oh, there.
some Jiri vomit.
I snuff out the candle. I'll say I
No,
probably
the
lose
candle
about-
gets snuffed out by the vomit.
You guys find
I
Ew.
lost about 10 minutes there.
you guys find that you are having to travel much further than your camp spot to
Sure.
lose
Yeah,
these
yeah, yeah.
wyverns.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys have continued for maybe like a full hour of dashing, or so, which was part of the condition of the exhaustion taking effect.
Oh,
But at this point, the
intense.
wyverns have seemingly backed off, and you have made it out, not only slaying a Talon, but with his corpse in hand.
What did we learn from this? I've been so stressed about surviving that I forget the info we got.
We'll do that later.
I
We'll
don't
do that
know.
later, but... And yeah, I can speak with Dedit if I'm disguised, sort of stuff, but... Holy...
Based
Wow.
on the trajectory of the height you were able to achieve here, you're about able to, over the course of an hour or so, make it about halfway back to Fours Hollow, not the whole entire way. And then it is now middle of the night, 2 or 3 a.m. based on your best guess of where the moon's locations are spread in the sky. And you're able to, by the time you have no more Caneloft wind elevation, touch down on cold, brittle, snow-dusted plain grass, and can sort of fall to the ground and gasp for air at your narrow escape from that situation.
Oh, sleep.
I've done this before in my trek through Durast into Creatia. I'd like to focus my efforts on getting us a suitable place to rest without needing a fire, and just try and get us a place where we can lay down for 8 hours.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival roll.
Well,
You're able to find a sort of sparse collection of tree cover nearby. It's not dense, they're not deciduous trees, so it's not like you have much, if any, cover from
Comforts.
air
Yeah.
view, but it is functionally shelter. You can kind of post up against the backs of some trees nearby.
I take out the magic brazier.
does it give off a lot of light, the brazier?
That was such
No.
a fast response to Telpyrion's
Sorry.
question. Hold
I
on.
know. I knew.
Prepared.
that was wild.
It's a magical
Words
heat
hadn't
brazier.
processed through my brain yet. It is a magical heat. Does it give off light? Yes, it absolutely gives off standard campfire light.
Oh, I don't bring it up.
Yeah, there's a good chance they could still be
No, the
searching.
thing requires warmth to sleep tonight. So yes, we will need a fire of some sort.
Well, hang on. Do we rest here? I mean, also everyone, and then I give high fives. That's a Talon dead. I think Jiri.
There's blood.
Jiri, you
everywhere.
killed him, right?
I have taken. How long does it take to deattune from something? Oh, I can't. It's a cursed item. I have to rest and get remove curse on before I can take this fucking ring off.
Your
I
friend
guess
Jiri is no more. I shall be taking his place. I am much
I
more
walk up
useful.
to Jiri and just give him a. I try and get him to like come back into Jiri.
You'll sound like that forever if you don't stop now.
I go over.
This is your new companion. You will have to get used to the thing.
I don't
Um,
have to spell magic right now, guys. I'm sorry.
Telpyrion, I think to answer your question, this dead body over here probably is a yes that the Talon was killed. And I just want to go over and check pulse is what I really want to do on the Talon to super confirm that he's dead.
Let me throw some of you guys out here just for vibes. And Thane Gaspard.
Rome,
you
I have a question for you in a moment.
Yes.
Gotta wait for Steve's turn, but
Okay. You're doing. You're analyzing the talon, roulette. Go
Yeah.
ahead and make a medicine check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage.
Nine.
The black ichor suffusing his veins and stuff is just sort of aimlessly writhing.
Let's rip the pauldron off.
I wanted to look at the pauldron as well, like to see if it is something that can or should be removed.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
$18.
Alex, I'm about to ask you what spells you have to help us find cover or conceal ourselves if you just want to look while Crit's about to talk.
Roulette, you can sense that this dread iron pauldron, it's the style of it almost grasps to the wielder like teeth, but they are embedded into his shoulder. And with a little bit of pressure and pulling, you cannot remove it from his arm.
Without like dissecting the man.
Or alternative means, but just using pressure alone with your available strength, you cannot pry it free.
Okay.
Can I see his cloak thing?
Yeah, I will take out. Well, I will walk away from the talon a bit, and I will take out the cloak. I will go back to the talon, and I'm just gonna take out a bunch of rope and wire and shit, and I'm just gonna tie up his body as much as possible.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check based on intelligence, which might be for you just an investigation check.
That is no, because investigation's doubled.
Holy shit.
I have proficiency and it's intelligence, so it's +8. It's Arcana. 27.
Wait, Toby, did you get a gift?
Satisfactorily bind him in ways you do not think he could functionally move a muscle other than maybe his mouth and neck.
Did Toby give out the rest of his heals?
I had to use my bonus action to get the full 180 dash.
Got it.
I will,
If there's a way for someone to get me a spell slot back, I can get us up to full, but if we're gonna
Don't worry about
then
it.
we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Critter, knowing how Misty Step works, I will also gag the individual.
Okay.
He's dead.
I know.
Okay.
And I get to look at his cloak.
Yeah, you absolutely look at his cloak. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
So 13 plus 17.
I'll spend 10 minutes ritually casting Gentle Repose on Alan Coda.
Great, I'm just going to attune to this cloak anyway.
Okay.
As long as I'm going to find out what it does and give it. We can talk about it.
MK, you cast Gentle Repose on him. It's been more than an hour since his death, but it will pause his decomposition from that point. Telperion, you investigate, get a 17 on the cloak.
20.
20. It is a very pristine robe-like cloak, specifically a yukata cloak, that is sewn with seemingly what you think is enchanted black silk because of the nature of its absolutely frictionless feel to your touch. And it has this beautiful golden embroidery in a distinct tribal-like monastic fashion of probably some order of people or tradition of fighters or something. You suspect it is magical, but you're not sure what it does.
Wait, before all of this is like preemptively, could I have cast Pass Without a Trace just to kind of conceal us a little bit better? Since
Sure,
we're, like...
absolutely. You can cast Pass Without a Trace. Let's have a group stealth check here.
Plus 10
to everyone's roll.
Holy shit! I rolled 19 or 18.
32 from Toby.
Ooh.
39.
Fuck, Rome.
31.
That is crazy.
I'm essentially invisible.
You've turned into
You're a tree.
I'm literally a tree right now. Oh, somehow. Very.
Holy shit, we all rolled so amazing.
With the pass without a trace, as well as this location, you suspect it occurs to Rome that even though Tobirama's survival check wasn't able to find a more densely populated shelter, the fact that this is so sparse actually might mean it's overlooked in a scouting effort. And therefore, as long as you keep a low profile, you should be even more safe than you might normally be under heavy shelter. Just flavoring the exceeding amount of high stealth there. You guys feel very well safe from the prying eyes of Elandris for the moment. What was next? Telperion, you had taken a look at the cloak. You suspect it to be magical.
I'm just gonna, because I'm curious, and I'll give it up. I just want to find out what its properties are. I'm gonna over the rest. I'm gonna deattune my staff of defense and attune this cloak instead.
Deattune staff of defense, attune to this. Okay. That paper text. Okay. You may look up. No one else can look this up. Only Telperion earns the lookup of. You can look up at D&D Beyond.
Spell Yukata.
UKATK.
Kota's Yukata.
Oh, and if we're resting, I'm gonna take out his sword. So he didn't get to kill us with this. That's pretty good.
Telperion, keep that away until we dispose of this body.
I just want to show it to you before I put it away in case anyone wants to check it out.
Oh, I would like to see it. My predecessor said that his sword would eat Kota's sword, so I believe that is what we should allow my sword to do now.
I will do no such thing. It is foul. It does not agree with my touch. Have you not sensed it? Any time Dread Iron has come close to contact with your skin, I recoil from your touch. We are incompatible.
Never mind. My predecessor's father says he does not want to eat it.
Could be studied, though. It seems to have similar properties to what I am.
I offer it to Roulette, too.
I'll take a look at it in the morning.
All right, I'll
just put it away, please.
There's
Thank
nothing available to us right now. Just about.
He's got rings on him.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the rings and then also of the pile of stuff that the Contessa was wearing that I picked up.
Okay. There's a couple things here. First of all, I should just move that over to this screen. That'll simplify my life.
I'll tell everyone. I'll take first watch with someone else if they want to do it, but I'm gonna just take out Moby 4 and start spending 4 hours to reanimate Moby 4.
Okay.
I will help.
Jiri leading the charge on the loot effort. First of all, Talon Kota. In addition to his Wodao that has already been recovered and his Yukata robe that has already been recovered, he obviously has the clearly magical pauldron that is affixed to his shoulder and cannot be currently removed. He also has a beautiful sheath for his sword. It is intricate and delicate and puts everything else he was wielding or wearing to shame with its beauty.
Nice. I'll attach that to my waist for now.
Okay.
Rip it off.
As you attach it, you innately sense a sort of connection with it, as if it wants to be attuned to you.
What?
But that is your choice for later or investigation later.
I'll
additionally,
take a look at it later.
Additionally, the Talon has a very sleek and form-fitting leather travel bag that is strapped to his waist within his clothing that contains 250 silver, 480 gold, and 180 platinum.
Yeesh.
I will give
Also, he
money
also
to...
has 3 rings. a single polished silver signet ring on the little finger of each hand's pinky, and it bears some sort of dragon-shaped crest, and a very simple, well-worn, heavily damaged golden band on his ring finger on the left hand.
I will give the traveling bag to Roulette, and because Roulette likes numbers, and I will say there's all sorts of coin in here. You can count it out. But I'll hold on to the rings for now, and just study them intently as I ponder the message he gave before his death.
Okay. Then for May and Lee's available gatherings you grabbed, please make a, I think it's an Arcana check from you, Jiri.
Telperion would go over and help him with all of this, by the way, just because Telperion loves loot and magic items.
With Telperion's help, you can change that Arcana check to a nature check. I don't know that that's going to benefit you in any way, but...
It certainly is not. So I don't want to risk rolling again.
But with a 15, you are able to... What exactly did you grab? You just ran to their general belongings and just grabbed some of the decomposing ash and cinders and stuff.
Clothing, anything that like I could scoop up with my hands.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I will say scraps of fine clothes, but there is fresh enough blood on them that could be salvaged. The blood has a Vanta Black dread iron-like quality, like some of the people affected by the rings, but there's a distinct sulfuric smell to their remnants of blood. You think Telperion could make use of that to some degree.
Go alchemist mode and try to harvest as much of the blood as I can into some vial.
Okay, go ahead and make a nature check.
Oh, wait, nature?
Yeah, using your normal proficiencies and stuff for herbalism and potion making.
Oh no, I rolled a 1.
Okay. You're able to get a single vial of what you're considering tainted hell blood.
Not worth an inspiration.
That about does it for the looting process. Who else was doing what?
I'll put all those fine clothes in the disguise kit that we have in Roulette's.
They are heavily damaged and would need repair to some degree, but they are fine make.
I'll just be keeping it.
Okay, leave them in there for now.
I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Rome.
I was just gonna say that I'm gonna scope the area out and ensure that it is safe and there are no monsters lurking.
Perfect. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Wow. I'm so tired.
Yes, you are fairly tired. You don't see any tracks here, but you also suspect that creatures might not be faring out this central to these plains in this winter space. They might have hibernated farther south to the forest. Tell me what you got.
I didn't roll a 1, I rolled a 7, which means I rolled a 14 on that check.
I'll give you an extra vial.
Okay. It's still tainted though.
2 vials of tainted hell blood.
Still taint.
Rum, you don't think anything in the vicinity is a threat from a creature perspective.
Got it.
Otherwise, we thinking about resting?
I certainly need a rest.
Yes.
Sleeps.
Okay.
I tell you all. Oh, sorry.
What you got, Telperion?
Yo, I've attuned this robe thing, and I can tell you what it does now. And I take it off, keeping the attunement. I didn't mean to try to claim it. I just wanted to know what it does. So here it does. Here it does. Difficult terrain would never cost you extra movement. You have to attune to this. In addition, magic cannot reduce your speed. speed, slow you down, grapple, paralyze, or restrain you. Why he was so slippery.
And just showing what it looks like, this long, one-shouldered robe that just flows beautifully when not locked in place. And it is a pretty rare item and clearly very prized by Talon Coda. But it's free from restraint. Grappled conditions were part of the reason that since he had attuned to it, he was able to free himself from things that shouldn't normally be able to escape. A very unique property of this cloak.
That was a
beneficial
difficult
to him.
interaction to amend, I imagine.
It was odd, but I'm comfortable with the calls I made. But I wanted you guys to attune to it for sure, or learn its properties, so you understood why I was letting some things happen. But
I'd love to play with it, but if anyone else is really interested in it, they could play with it first. See if they want to keep it on them.
Can Shaggy wear it?
Ooh, it would be perfect for Shaggy.
Ooh, a cloak on a
rug.
On a
don't
rug.
think a large creature can attune to a medium object such as that.
We could unsew it and tailor it.
I like my cloak protection so much, and contingency base.
We can sleep on it.
Yeah.
We can sleep on and figure out who needs that.
I'll pack it up and just put it in my bag, and then I'll put my Cloak of Elvenkind on.
Roulette busy through the night recreating Daisy.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Or
Daisy had the
recreating some version of a Steel Defender, whatever your intent is. You will be successful in your endeavor. Nothing will prevent you guys' sufficient long rest. You guys can all fully long rest. Yeah.
Before I go to sleep, I will take out the sending stone that I have to Mirage, and I will say, keep it brief. Hey, Mirage. 3 targets eliminated. 4 wins safe. Heading home. Happy New Year.
A wonderful Happy New Year. Indeed it is, my friend. This one is delighted to hear from you. He also thinks...
Amazing.
I'm going to go to my spell book, and I'm going to cast a message to Minerva through it. Successful mission. Talon, Countess, May, Count Lee, all dead. Not recognized to our knowledge. Evacuating. See you soon. I wasn't even counting.
That is excellent news, brother. I'm sorry I will not be there to welcome you back. But journey safe to Force Hollow. I will relay this to Mother. Do the same for your allies.
Would have been funny if you gave her like a completely different message. We're dying! We're dying!
I mean, I wasn't far from thinking
Mayday.
Yeah.
Can I hit the long rest button?
You're all welcome to hit the long rest button.
I don't think I've ever been at 0 more thoroughly.
I will use remove curse and unattune from this fucking ring. I think was what
using your spell slot,
works.
remove curse. You are able to free. You feel the bite of it.
It didn't clear it.
You feel the bite of that ring release from you, and you feel a warmth as the sludge removes itself from your body. Just a comfort rather than a warmth. Not really a warmth, just a comfort. And you're able to pry the ring off of your finger.
I just got 10 hit points back from my max because it was reducing my con score.
Yay!
Yeah, you do not heal. You have an empty 10 hit points at this point.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
I don't think anything is going to threaten you guys gravely the following day necessarily, but any other items to resolve before you continue your trek back to Force Hollow and arrive at safety with your allies?
We have to wait 24 hours for the Kenilworth Wind sale.
I'll
I'll do that little trick that Telperion did. I will unattune my ring, spell restoring ring, and then tune to the sheath to see what it does.
Without identifying it and figuring out the properties, you just sense some connection to this sheath suitable, fit for a renowned swordsman. And your mind just sort of gains confidence, composure, steadfastness as you attune to it. You and you alone can look up the key sheath.
Key sheath. Okay. Also in the morning, Jiri is still.
And your wisdom
like
score is
the-
immediately improved by 2.
Wow.
In addition to its other features.
Oh, Tim, you gotta tell us. Jiri, what does it do?
You may refer to me as Thane Gaspard from now on.
Thing
You
is
look
fun.
like Jiri right now.
No, he
Thing
looks like
Gaspard.
the Thane. He looks like the Thane.
How long does that last?
Roulette's doing math really fast on number of hours.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check, Roulette. By the time you wake up, it's probably, or at least begin to rouse and prepare for a journey. Dawn has come. It's a couple hours into the morning. It's probably mid to late morning by the time you're able to set out. The duration for seeming has long expired. Jiri's using some alternate means to continue his disguise.
I will gently go over to him and, like, hand on shoulder, go to rustle his hair. Is my hand going through an illusion the way that I've seen it in the past with seeming?
Jiri?
Yeah, there is an illusion on top of Jiri.
Okay. I mean, Toby, I think he's fine for now. It's I will say kudos to you, Thane Gaspard of Jarland. It was a mighty good ruse that led us through whatever the hell we just went through. So, if you want a true actor form, keep it up. I think you can keep it up for a bit.
This is no act, Roulette. You've been inside Jiri's mind before, or formerly Jiri. It is now my mind. I have taken it over.
We've got less than 2 minutes left on Zoom. Do we want to hop over, refresh the Zoom before we start concluding things in the near future? And we can certainly wrap things up quickly or take our time for a few minutes to wrap things up. I'm not in a rush to sprint off at 3 o'clock, but I know we'll want to close here soon.
I go up to Jiri. Well, Jiri, I mean, Thane Gaspard, you're no swordsman. Do you want to trade your staff for that sheath and I can investigate it then? Since you can't use it.
No, I shall be investigating this.
All right, Thane. Would you like to cast a spell to do it? I can loan you your book back.
What book?
Your spell book. And I take it out.
I'm quite apt with this sword. I believe I shall be continuing to use it.
Well, tell us what it does then.
This device, let's see. I haven't read it, actually. I'm trying to find it.
I think the only
Well-tuned. What?
nothing.
Well-tuned to the sheath, your wisdom score increases by 2 to a maximum of 20. You gain the following benefits. If a suitable short sword, long sword, or rapier is stowed in the key sheath, when initiative is rolled, the sheath imbues the sword with 1 key point. At the end of each of your turns in combat, you can stow the sword in the sheath. Again, no action required. To begin gathering 1 additional key point at the start of your next turn to a maximum of 5 points. However, if you use your reaction to make an attack roll such as a held action, opportunity attack, etc., the sheath fails to imbue the sword with a key point at the start of your next turn. Key points gathered in combat can be expended to achieve the following effects. You can do the stuff that he was doing, like the patient defense.
Just monk shit.
Yeah, dodge action is a bonus action. Mirror image, dodge. Duplicate yourself like he was doing. 5 points for Steel Wind Strike.
Christopher, am I correct in guessing that the duplicating things, it's not taking damage but being targeted that remove the duplicates?
Yeah, which is why the Javelin of Lightning moving fast, you could center a fireball on that space and it would not dismiss the duplicates.
I was going to do Burning Hands.
It could affect... Coda might have had to still make a save within there if it affected all the spaces, or at least the space he was currently in. But there was a mirror image effect going there where you had to target the correct person in the first place for him to have a chance at suffering the effects of what you were doing. So
Gotcha.
It was a complicated thing, but simplified in this sheath has lingering remnants of Talon Coda's key remaining in it, and it charges up a sword stowed within it. In combat, it's rewarding patience and discipline in battle.
Last part of it. The sheath does not imbue the sword with key outside of combat. The sword loses all accrued key points when combat ends. So it only starts to charge.
Potentially on turn 5 or turn 6, you could pull off a Steel and Strike. If you haven't used other key points or taken opportunity attacks and stuff.
Wait, you can use key points even if you're not like that.
If you have the sheath, apparently yes.
Okay, so if you have the sheath, that it overrides the fact that you don't have.
You're not a monk, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so we understand the sheath, we understand the cloak. Can you check out this ring roulette? Are any of his rings magical? I want to know how he was speaking to Moira and if it was the pauldron.
I have identified, prepared for today, so a couple of times. I'm assuming we'll start walking, or over breakfast I will ritually cast identify a couple of times for whatever is left.
Okay. Go ahead and you can look up. You can look up Coda's Pauldron X4 series. And although you'll get to read the capabilities and the curse related to it, there's an additional bit of information that you suspect. Go ahead and make an Arcana check as well.
I'll make that a 24.
Okay, you do succeed on the DC. You suspect and now realize that although it's not physically, mechanically written in the rules of these items, as you're understanding and identifying the capabilities, because these have probably been created, these Dread Iron rings, the Dread Iron pauldrons, because they've been created by Moira, likely the Talon who's been investigating this effort, she likely has the ability to check in on them in some way or form. And you suspect, I don't know if Jiri had relayed some of the Talon's final words, but that could flavor what was said there.
Yes, the Talon. Oops.
I think your audio's cutting in and out.
There we go. The Talon, when I slew him, asked me to do him one final favor, which was to bring these rings to a woman north of Daenor, the Yellow Heart Lumber, something along those lines. It's a personal quest. I believe we should do it at some point.
I would have no interest in respecting this dude's final wishes. No matter how honored he is.
Additionally, I will also additionally just say, Jerry, there were final words after all of that when you dealt the killing blow.
What was it again?
Moira,
do you remember them?
Does Jerry remember them?
Were you a different person from now.
You can make an intelligence check. DC 10. I'll
10 doesn't
reveal them
remember that.
again.
So-
Did Moira check in or something when
Oh yeah, it was like now you see him, Moira, or something like that.
Yeah, it was functionally, you remember enough. It was, Moira, you're seeing this, right?
Yeah. So Moira knows of my betrayal from Durast.
So Jiri, this thing on his shoulder is apologies, Thane Gaspard.
Do you want to see your dead body, Thane? We can arrange that.
Thane, the reason
Body
you
is now another. I have a different body now, but my mind lives on.
the reason you had to slew that Talon twice was that shoulder thing right there. It kind of reanimates him very weakly, but brings him back from the dead once, and that's why you had to kill him twice. Yeah, and I will. Well, because that's still attached to his shoulder, correct?
It is still attached to his shoulder.
Toby, if you have another one of those remove curses, the way you got the ring off, that's how you can get this off. You should be able to, at least I think it
because
might work.
it's still stuck on him.
Yeah, it's like it's embedded in his shoulder or something.
Oh,
I want that thing in the darkest sack we've got, so she can't peer through it. Even maybe if it's attuned or on a living person, it's different. But
And I will go through the rings and then the sword as well.
The 3 rings do not appear to have any magical capability. They are either have value to him in other ways: stature, connection, emotional attachment, etc. What other things were you looking at? Anything? In
The
particular?
sword from his actual sword is the final piece.
The sword you're also able to identify. You can add. I think Telperion might have looked it up.
I have it in my inventory.
Yeah, it's.
I'll just tell you what it does.
Wodow.
Koda's Wodow. You gain +1
series.
Yeah, X4. You gain +1. Well, it's a versatile, finessed, slashing longsword with anti-plaque, reflectionless, finesse property, +1 to attack and damage rolls, and it deals an additional 1d6 damage on hit. Necrotic. When you damage a creature when attacking using this magic weapon, the target cannot regain HP until the start of your next turn. Attacks made with this weapon have disadvantage against targets wearing dread iron or wielding dread iron weapons.
And I don't think there was anything else magical, so.
Okay.
None of us die.
Unless there are any additional conversations needing to take place, you guys are able to rouse for the day. Seemingly not a swarm of wyverns has marched or flown in this direction. You don't see anything in the air. You're able to continue your trek back to For's Hollow and greet those there waiting for you. And you will reunite with the population of the United Kin Army currently occupying For's Hollow. And Jiri, I would like you to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, I got +1 because I'm wearing this thingamajig right now.
Indeed, you also get a penalty.
18.
Okay. Nothing specific happens that you notice.
Uh-oh.
And as you begin to be welcomed and celebrated in your arrival back at For's Hollow, we can tackle the reunion there and next steps next session.
I would have liked to try something on our trek back, but that can wait till the start of next session.
Well, let's tackle it now. If it's on the trek and not in
I'd like
For's
to
Hollow.
cast Dispel Magic on Jiri's illusion.
Ah, thank you.
And
then
at 3rd level.
I think you have to. Is it just Disguise Self you currently have
Yes.
active?
Yes,
okay.
I have Disguise Self.
So yes, you are able to sufficiently dispel it.
And it goes back into Jiri's mouth, and then you see Jiri shake his head. He comes over to you. He's like, "Wow, thank you, Toby. That was so close. That idiot.
You get really
man.
lost in these roles.
He was trying to take over. If you hadn't done that, I would have been lost forever.
Getting a little too lost in the sauce. No.
No, I'm not even joking. He like took over, guys. Like he's got a fort down in my mind now.
So is he
not
gonna
good.
team up with what's his face?
No, it's a whole different faction now. This is awful. It's a mess down there.
Honestly, he's so funny. It could be
Oh,
worse.
okay. Well, so dispelling magic gets okay. That's I will make sure Toby, you or I can have that ready to go in case he gets, as Rome put it, lost in the sauce.
I'm not letting the thing back out.
Yeah, you need to be careful with your disguising magic, Jiri. You need to
Maybe you need to
pick
lay
your
off.
targets wisely.
I got too into the character and then he became real. I'm not even joking. He's literally real.
All right.
I feel good enough with my passive insight that I'm believing what Jiri is saying as straight up.
Can you remove curse on the pauldron too?
Yes, that will be my final 3rd level spell slot, but we can remove the pauldron.
Does that remove it from the shoulder?
I cast remove curse on.
As you cast remove curse from the pauldron, you see the Vanta Black metal, solid, unmovable, suddenly become malleable slightly as the teeth around the edge of it just move and shift and pull out of his shoulder and then just rest there as now a removable fixed pauldron.
So did it just give him like a second life after he died? Does this do nothing else?
It
gives the good benefits of resistance to damage and
yeah, you get
disadvantage
resistance
against other Dread Iron stuff.
But potentially Moira can view through it.
I mean, like, and I will put it in the
I
bag.
think we should put all Dread Iron things we have access to in the bag of holding.
Yes, everything in the
before
bag.
we trek back to Force Hollow.
Do we think that she made the coat, this jacket, and the scabbard?
No, those strike me as more tied to him than his.
I mean, if she can check in on one of these, she might be able to check in on all of them. But she also knows. Well, actually, no. Moira knows who we are, doesn't she?
Vitria could have relayed descriptions of us, but outside of that, I don't think so.
Hopefully she thinks it was the Thane and not me. I don't know, she's after me for some reason.
I just like to think Telperion, and I'll just pay some silver for this later. I think Telperion has Mead for this exact situation of like wanting to do like a post-combat like morale check, and so he like as we're walking at one moment, he like pours everybody some little cup, like leaf cup, and he's like, "All right, well, it's never good business, bloody business, but this was fucking effective. We could have been dead or captured, and instead." We took out 3 leaders, and who knows what state Olandris will be in now.
Yeah, they'll scramble
good
for a
news.
bit. Maybe that'll give time to strike for the
It's time for Moby to ascend to the throne.
Yes.
Do you all feel good?
I feel good for proving him wrong, thinking he was honorable, allying himself with the rest. Whatever honor he once had is null and void, and I'm glad.
Immoral question.
Disputing that, which is why I have no interest in resolving this business with his rings.
I think we should at least go and investigate this woman. Maybe she'll know more. Ooh, we can pretend to be him and show up.
I don't think that it's best if you impersonate anyone else, Jiri.
But it's so useful.
As per your own admission.
Yeah, but that was minutes ago.
Why don't you
I've changed my mind already.
Why don't you use disguises you've already used?
You are now wiser than you were, Jiri. Surely you can piece this together.
I'm so smart now.
I like to think Telperion tried to start a morale boost and then starts talking tactics. Well, after this, the Talon like kind of ruins it because he's like, well, Kings of the Talon went to there. He's going to know. And then like just kind of like zooms
down
out.
to kind of like 2.5 talons now because Vitria's mortally wounded, hopefully less effective. And
Problem is, they're going to now take something as a threat and not know what it was. Olandris hadn't been. This had been.
Olandris was fully occupied.
Yeah, and what's the one that's not fully occupied?
Atheros.
Atheros is going to be suspect.
Which is under siege and supposedly going to give out any day, but Kari
We should
has
go save them.
suggested that might not be the case.
Well, and also, the most crucial thing, that help came from nowhere. We didn't achieve that without the help of the dusk and the dawn, noon.
Oh, and the claw.
Yeah, the claw.
Yeah,
Nazim
whoever
is
the
the
hell that
noon,
was.
right?
Wait, why were they there?
I'm gonna cast. Should I reach out to him?
No, wait.
Oh,
To
not yet.
Nazim?
There's just, before you do, I just want to draw two connections. First of all, Moira theoretically knows the Talon is dead. So they know someone was capable of killing the Talon, which is no small feat.
Us.
Second of all, Queen Elia has to know we're A of use now and nearby and have just made a good move for her. So I wonder if this is the
Was
moment.
Coda kind of leading the siege effort on Atheros? And he was
No.
coming over here
From
to check in?
from one angle, it
From
was
one
stated
angle.
that he was leading the siege from the west at Mersenia, and Talon Vitria's troops along the Eventide Road from the north were leading another part of the northeastern siege effort.
Didn't he say the Arc Knight was gonna like show up or something like that?
There was theory that he checks in on things periodically, but vanishes like the night the next day. So there was no reliable information gathered on the Arc Knight.
We should save them.
Do you
Jerry, I
want
have
to
one
find
question.
out if Nazim is an ally of ours?
I think it's worth finding out what he's doing. That would be a great message to send. But Jerry,
Wait, why did the claw? Wait, why was that person there? Like, what were they doing?
I want to
What
reach
was
out
the-
and start a dialogue with him.
my guess before he reaches out is that he was maintaining that illusion for some time. Kari was sneaking around too. I bet he maybe helped her in. They were getting intel on Durest, which
It was
makes
her
sense.
note that tipped him off to help us.
And he said to me, make use of this. And
And we
it's
did.
by his grace that we just killed the Talon.
That he was not. That we could focus on the Count and Contessa. Before
I just wonder if he's
the
going to
Talon.
maintain this illusion, because theoretically, I don't know.
Oh, final identify for the morning. Give me Quill.
Any residuals of anything on there?
And does it look like an Aarakocra Quill?
I thought it was
It does not
Relish
look like a
showing up to
Aarakocra.
help us at first. when
It
you described
does
the
not
quill.
look like a Aarakocra quill. Let me see. I don't know if I've created an item for this.
That can be a later thing if you want to do an item for it.
Wait, I do have an item. I want to see if it's correctly worded at this point. I don't know because I didn't anticipate that some of that would happen. So hang on, let me just read very quickly. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da,
Can you split up the numbers on money?
The totals, or do you want me to split it by 5?
What are the totals? I'll just split
It was 23.
Yeah, I need to I need to tweak some of the language. It's not fully fully finished yet.
I guess,
so,
quick, can I tell right now, like, if I stabbed myself with it, would I go unconscious right now?
you could choose to make yourself go unconscious. There's a specific
Oh.
it
Oh.
it can disapparate and apparate as a magical dart that flies, or a tattoo of a feather that wraps around your arm. And when it is in its flying state, you can whistle with it to Yondu style, send it as a dart around the battlefield. And once per day, when it hits something, it can choose one condition to affect that creature with for 1 minute.
Oh my god.
Without a save?
Attuned to that right now.
Without it, so it's not a poison effect. So that would have had no effect on the Talon. It chose the unconscious condition. So I don't have the fully beautiful
I'll get it later.
language
What's
yet.
the name of it? Do we have a name?
I'm not going to give the name yet.
Okay.
So if we click on the conditions thing in D&D Beyond, it could pick any one of those.
Potentially, and it affects one person per 1 day for 1 minute.
I have one last question for Jerry before we wrap up. Jerry, that sword of yours. Why did it? Okay, so I have to ask a question. You didn't accept the Talon's blade. I presume maybe you said something out loud that your hex metal was saying in your head about how you didn't like it. Because I think I just need to be able to know you don't want this sword, right?
Oh, no. No. Usually, my sword likes to eat other swords, but it doesn't want to eat that sword.
So here's the question I have for you. Could you put your sword into that scabbard?
Certainly.
Can you try, please?
Okay, sword and scabbard. I think it's technically
Scabbard.
a sword.
Yes, even with its jagged design, it is still the scabbard is wide enough for it to situate nicely into the leather-bound scabbard sheath.
So, I don't think Moira touched that, or else your sword would hate that scabbard.
He's pretty safe.
Yeah, the scabbard does not appear to have any Vanta Black Dread Iron.
Oh.
Telpirion's just not going to take any chances because of the scrying effect, and he's nervous about it, so he wanted to double check in that way.
Roulette takes the next 2 intelligence steps. Yeah, Jiri's our personal little dread iron detector.
Ooh. Yes.
Stuff is disgusting.
Wait a minute. When I go over to the pauldron, did I try this already? If I like try to touch it, does the
You just begin to lose feeling in the tip of your finger, and then you feel a cold sensation as the warm hex metal within your body retreats from that, almost magnetically repelled from other dread iron.
does Adras say anything?
I do not like the sting of it. Get it away from us.
Oh yeah, I can detect it.
Why did Coda say you were a prisoner of Moira's? He went for you over the rest of us, when theoretically going after Roma, Toby would have made better sense.
Prisoner of Moira. I don't know. This Moira probably works for like Jadra Kaw or somebody that trying to like capture me. I don't know. Somebody evil that wants me.
I'm sorry, hang on, let me ask the rest of the group. Does anyone else have a theory about...
Am I the only one who's seen the image of the cell when I was in Jiri's mind? I don't remember who else is aware.
I think Telperion has seen it too.
Yeah, I'm
jail cell
suspicious.
environment.
Even with Roulette being in Jiri's mind, I don't think Roulette has seen it. So I think it's Telperion and Toby.
Does Hex Metal have anything to say about Moira? Does he remember her?
Hey, Dad. I mean, excuse me, not Dad. Anything to say about that Moira lady? Do you remember who that is?
Jiri, sometimes I wonder if you are combating the memories we have unlocked together. In that terrible workshop, in the prisons beneath Talonreach Keep, Moira was that beautiful woman who imprisoned us. Treated you, I suppose, like a prisoner, but that was before we melded. I don't know your own experiences prior to that meeting.
Sounds like I was a prisoner there at some point. Now that I'm wiser, I'm gonna trust my dad and say that yes, I must have been in prison at one point by Myra.
But did you escape?
No prison can hold Jiri, all Jalan, so of course.
And as you say that, you remember a flash of memory that you unlocked a while ago of the pain of fusing with the hex metal, but then it forming a sword, not like your own sword, just a very uniquely shaped great sword that you were swinging around and carving through guards in your escape before your memory fades to black.
Yes, I remember.
Alongside some other prisoners that you had freed.
I used my expert swordsmanship to escape. That's what happened. But I had a different sword. That's probably the real Adras the Stormbender sword. What I'm trying to charge my sword to become.
Is that why you and Hex want to get back to Danos so badly?
I want to get back to Jalan, but I guess, yeah.
And to find
Adras wants to go back to
information
Danos.
of who I am.
He wants to know who he is, but he also has memory loss just like me.
And she knows.
Supposedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, I'll message Nazim and say,
Okay.
We managed to neutralize all 3 of them. We are no longer in the city. We are curious
Thank you.
to know where your loyalties lie. But thanks nonetheless.
You hear a response rather quickly. He says, "Oh, I'm aware of your results. Chain of command has fallen to me with them gone. Perhaps Kari can make use of that. She'll explain the rest."
Holy shit.
I relay that. That's amazing that he didn't get found out.
Because we killed everyone.
We killed all of his superiors.
Wait, do you mind burning another spell?
I do not mind burning another spell.
Just
Kari?
tell him we are interested in helping Atheros next. If that would be the most effective thing, granted whatever response the king will have at the Talon's death.
Yeah.
If he wants to know our sides, because he could relay that to Kari. And Alaya.
Yeah. I'll send another message. I'm going through some my good spells here.
Chain of command has fallen to him.
Yeah.
To fucking
I'll
Queen
send
Alaya is
another
commanding us.
message, and I will say, our sights are set on Atheros as the last remaining resistance, but we'll pass through Elandris on the way there. Is there a way you would like us to interact with you?
And you mentioned Atheros in that.
Yeah.
He will respond, "Fascinating. Atheros, why would you..." "Of course. That's why she was... That's where they've been. Scry on me. 24 hours.
What?
Scry on me.
Can I make an insight check to see if he meant from now?
I think that's in
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
Me.
He says to scry on him in
Yeah,
24 hours.
24 hours. I need to scry on him.
Ah, shit. Now we gotta find a scry spell.
We've got one right here. And I shake Toby like I always do. The magic 8-ball.
He seemed to have a revelation. He said, "So that's where she's been. They've been." He was wondering why we would care about Atheros, and then something struck him.
So we gave him an idea that we didn't mean to.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think. a good
Let's
thing.
stop talking to him.
Yeah, that's where I'll leave it.
But I will say, if he invited us to scry on him in 24 hours, he's probably going to use it for good.
I mean, he could kill Kari in 24 hours, you know?
He helped us at his... He's loyal to the queen. That feather in your bag, he sacrificed that to help us. And he just mentioned Kari can make use of his command. I think he's
I wonder
identified.
if he's like one of Kari's best infiltrators.
But maybe as someone who was in the throes of deception, he didn't get to know where.
Right.
Anyway, that's super helpful. Thank you, Toby.
What time is it right now? By the time
Yeah,
you're casting
I
the sending
wanna-
message on the way to Forest Hollow, we're going to say you guys get there mid-afternoon or late afternoon, really, of another day of traveling. So you are arriving at Forest Hollow during the sending message late in the afternoon of the first day of the year. So at the same time tomorrow, second day of the year,
Yes.
you have a request to scry on that individual.
Great.
All right. You arrive at Forest Hollow, are received by your allies, and we will tackle what's next.
Dude.
I know. Wait, does any players have does anyone have a rose or a thorn they want to shout out before we go? Not inspiration, but like, what's a rose or a thorn of the session? Holy shit! The whole session was
I
so
will say
stressful.
my
Amazing.
My thorn that it was just very funny that I just happened to choose this for the spell. Was using a movable object on a frictionless object.
That was wild. And I was really struggling with that. And I didn't know. I'm like, holy shit, you can do it on enemies' attire and lock them into plate armor. I've never thought about this.
I will say,
brilliant by you. And actually, I do think that deserves a point of inspiration for Roulette. Keeping in alignment with whoever's rolling the question that day has been getting the point of inspiration a couple times in a row. But Roulette, point of inspiration, that was super clever, awesome interaction. just unfortunately the one magic item that I think that diverts. However, even if the town got away, that casting that spell got you that rare item or whatever tier of magic it is. So
Yeah.
you got a rare item, magic item, even if the town got away because of the way you used that spell.
I want to promo Rose, Inspo maybe, Tim for all of the badassery of like the Talon was your dude. Like sometimes like I feel like every once in a while like a villain becomes associated, like Countess and Telperion had a bit, but you and the Talon had such a cool bit. And I fucking loved the Gaspard bit. You committed so hard to the bit on that and it was fabulous.
Thank you.
Which has definitely factored in. Like I'm not gonna reveal what is or isn't known at this point, but you guys' disguises, your commitment to the roles, their failure to dispel a lot of your magic has altered intel available. But other intel has been available, so it's just altered does not mean no intel was given. But those efforts have definitely mattered and have been constantly in my consideration.
What bandits strike again?
The wet
I will say a rose from / inspiration. Rome, the turn when T-Rex went down from 6 damage of radiant damage. Having played a druid, I know how much that sucks. But then turning that into the blight spell plus vicious mockery
It was so good.
was just a pinnacle of an awesome turn.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
Well adapted.
Yeah. And that was my last 4th level spell too. So it was like, all right, better make this count. Like.
Yeah, that was one of the stronger finishing things because even you guys' magical attacks, he was resisting the slashing damage from it. So the blight really did a number on him, even though he was forced himself to save, and he chose to dismiss his aura in order to only mitigate the damage. So that was a very potent blight.
Yeah, and that's
a
benefit.
That was huge. Saved me from a death save too.
I was just so scared he was gonna get away at the end there.
Dude,
I think he was pretty close. Like I think it was like going in that direction, but you guys caught up to him.
Yeah, I was freaking out, but we made it happen.
How much life do you get back with the pauldron? You get 1 hit point? Okay.
It's just like a last gas.
It's so funny because sometimes when you're on the opposite side of that fence, right? So like we don't see behind the screen. I was like, he's got 50 necrotic health points. I'm like, there's a new mechanic. Like it's so funny because like even when you feel like you're winning or you're close, sometimes the fear of like what you don't know is so high that it's just like
yeah. And it can also be weird from my angle too, because I'm doing things that I've mechanically set up, and sometimes you guys react in ways where I'm like, they probably think what I'm doing is unfair or this situation's different. I'm like, no, you guys don't understand the rules of the way this interacts. And so sometimes it's difficult to me seeing you guys' facial journeys when things happen, because I'm like, you're annoyed and I understand why, but that's not, you guys don't understand the mechanics going on.